Double check, testing 1 2 1 2, testing 1 2 for our Division 5 state championship. Our pregame coverage will start when the scoreboard clock hits 5 minutes right here on Zaleski Sports.
5 big ones.
Good evening, football fans, and hearty welcome to Camp Randall Stadium here in Madison, Wisconsin. It is the Division 5 state championship game here in the WIAA, and it is the two-time defending Division 6 champions moving up, the Stratford Tigers, against the defending Division 5 runner-up in the Wrightstown Tigers. It's Mike and Mike here on Zaleski Sports. Mike Weller here with Mike Steinwegner, and as we get set for this one, Mike, it's going to be a battle of we're coming in the favorites to come into this game in Division 5, and both teams have lived up to the hype that were expected to going into the 2024 season.
Oh, they've definitely came up with the hype, Mike. I mean, how they got into the playoffs here. You look at Wrightstown against the competition they went to get in order to get to the championship here. They played Sturgeon Bay and beat them 64-18, beat Southern Door 50-8. Beat Kiel in a close one, 21-20, and then last week beat Northwestern 47-16. While the Stratford Tigers, they started out beating Horicon Hustisford 48-14. Then the arch rival, the Amherst Falcons, they beat them twice this year now, 28-7 in the playoffs here. Lake Country Lutheran, they beat 34-11, and in a tight one last week, going right down to the wire and beating a very, very excellent Prairie du Chien Ball Club 26-25. And so if you look at both of these teams offensive-wise, I mean, they're carbon copies. I mean, they They've put up some great numbers. Wrightstown is 9th in the state in scoring, averaging 39.2, while the Tigers have scored 6 more points overall this year and averaging 39.6. Defensive-wise, the Tigers are giving up 11.1 per ball game, while Wrightstown is giving up just about the same thing, 11.2. So it's going to be, I think, a nip-and-tuck ball game.
Absolutely, and first of all, we got to say congratulations out to our first 2 champions that have been crowned today. The Edgar Wildcats get their 9th title to tie Stratford and the Ledgers of St. Mary Springs.
St. Mary Springs, yeah.
For the all-time WIAA championship record. And Lomira just finishing off in Division 6, knocking off a tough Grantsburg team. Grantsburg's quarterback Matheny also setting the state record for passing yards in their Division 6 game with 283. What an incredible game from him. He did everything he could.
And the thing is, the way the wind's been blowing here today, Mike, I mean, it's unbelievable that he put up those types of numbers.
It is. It has been, and I say this from experience because I was down on the field shooting the highlights for the Edgar and the Edgar championship game earlier in Potosi-Cassville, and in the snow and in the wind, and it was freezing. It was mid-teens wind chill, strong 20-mile-an-hour winds, and pretty heavy snow falling. Now the field is gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
They got the heating coils turned on. It's beautiful. I don't know what the weather is quite like down there. I'm not sure. Dan Lau I'm looking at him walking through the tunnel to head down to the field right now, shooting our highlights for this one. We'll have the highlights from this game coming on later tonight when we get back into I'll be cutting the highlights on the drive home. Well, Dan drives, I'll be on the computer. So we'll be safe, and then we'll have that coming up for you guys later tonight. The Edgar highlights are up already. You can see the highlights from Edgar's Division 7 championship. As we turn to this one, I've seen both teams over the last couple of years. Wrightstown a couple of times against the Wapaka Comets. Stratford, of course, taking on teams like Amherst and Wittenberg that we've seen all over. These 2 teams are juggernauts. It is going to be a fun one. And with Wrightstown, their heavy run look, and Aiden Humphreys is such... He plays like Kohler Kilty did last year for Stratford.
Okay.
He's a big physical. He's got that wrestling background, and he's gonna fight and claw for every yard he gets. And I don't care how good you are. The first guy is probably not gonna bring him to the ground.
You know, it's kind of like the same game that the Tigers had last week against Blake Thierry from Prairie du Chien. Of course, he's going to Indiana. He's going to play the tight end position at Indiana University next year. And he was everything that, they talked about. He was a big power running back, and he added 196 yards in 25 carries last week. And so they're going to be in the same situation as today as they were last week. And Stratford is known to gang tackle. You'll see 3, 4 guys, maybe even sometimes 5, making that tackle.
And so as we start to wind things down, we're going to take a timeout during our national anthem. We'll be back with the opening kickoff. It is the Division 5 state championship from Camp Randall, right here on Zaleski Sports.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
Whether you're just beginning your educational journey or seeking a new opportunity, we're here for you. At North Central Technical College, we have unique partnerships with 4-year colleges that allow you to transfer seamlessly to and from our campus, saving you time and money. With hundreds of transfer options available, the path to a bachelor's degree and a great paying career are just a step away. North Central Technical College. Start here, go anywhere.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, Call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
As we get set for the opening kickoff here, the anthem concluded. We take a quick look at the teams and how they're going to be looking tonight. The Stratford Tigers in their road whites, black numbers, the black reflective helmets, the reflective logo along the side, and orange stripes and outlines. The Wrightstown Tigers in their blue jerseys, white numbers, white pants, blue helmets, white logo along the side, as they get set to announce the starting lineups for this one, as we are moments away from the third kickoff of the day. Again, Edgar and Lomira already, and they join Owen Withy as state champions on the football field. Owen Withy winning the 8-player championship last Saturday over in Wisconsin Rapids. Edgar taking the D7 crown, and Lomira in Division 6. As we get set for our last round as well from our friends Door Pro of Stratford, your complete commercial and residential overhead door sales and service provider. If you need new garage doors or yours isn't working just right and needs an adjustment, stop and see them on County M in Stratford and give them a call or like them on Facebook. That's Door Pro of Stratford. And they say good luck, Tigers. And of course, in this game, that could be any Tigers. You were joking earlier when you got here that the one promise you could make is the Tigers are going to win.
I was going to make a bet with you, and I says, I'll bet you any money the Tigers are going to win the state championship. And it's a no-brainer, Mike.
It's a guarantee.
But, coming into this ball game and last week with Wrightstown, great combination by Trevor Vandehay and Vandehei. And he rushed 11 times for 134 yards. And Stratford's faced quarterbacks like that this year and kind of controlled them. But he also threw for 171 yards also last week on 9 of 11 attempts. But looking at Jack Tubbs, who is actually, they're supposed to announce at the finals here, he is one of the top 5 candidates for the David Craig Award for the top quarterback in the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah, the top senior quarterback.
Right, and he had a great game last week. He was 13 for 15 for 142 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. And he also rushed 14 times for 57 yards. And it's a great combination. Brooks Vanderhoff, it's one guy has not really led this team in rushing this year. It turns out, one game, Reed Miller will be, your top carrier, or Caleb Wrench will be, or Brooks Vanderhoff will be. And the thing is, Jet Shaner also last week carried the ball 6 times for 21 yards and a touchdown. And with Shaner, you get him to the outside, and you're not going to catch him because he's got that breakaway speed.
Absolutely. And again, this is going to be a fun one. Wrightstown's going to get the ball first. We're going right to left as you look at the graphic here. So basically where you see your names, just flip it. Wrightstown will be going right to left. Of course, the 2 coaching staffs, of course, Coach Jason Tubbs, his 13th season. Steve Klister for Wrightstown in his 25th year behind the bench. As we inch ourselves closer to the kickoff. Again, a beautiful night. The field looks gorgeous now. Again, it looked beautiful during the snow in Division 7. I'm sure it looked great. It didn't feel great, but it looked nice.
Well, I know driving up here this morning, I finally hit fog about, I want to say about Baraboo. And you only had about a half mile of visibility, and it was like, oh my gosh, what's it going to be like at Camp Randall? But the wind has died down now. The flags are just flickering a little bit. They say the wind is supposed to be to about 19 miles per hour, but it may be a factor. It may not. You look back in the Division 6, and there was a new passing record in that. So if you're going south, you'll have the wind to your back.
And I feel like I can safely say we're not going to see the Division 5 record be broken because that's the state record overall, 383.
383, yes.
I can safely say we're probably not going to see that one.
Well, Jack Tubbs has had 2 ball games over 300 yards passing this year, so you never know. And they do have excellent receivers in Chapel and also Shaner and Wrench. So it's a combination, and they've got 3 good running backs that, as I mentioned, all year long that they could break it in any time.
Mason Miller swings the leg. It's a line drive kick, and the Division 5 title is underway. Picked up at the 17-yard line by Wrightstown, cutting back left, breaking a couple of tackles past the 30 to the 33, and they're going to mark him just shy of the 34-yard line. On the return there, look to be Theo Van Rossum, number 11. And now it's time to see the Wrightstown offense and quarterback Trevor Vandehei. First down and 10, 6 seconds in. Ball on the right hash. Vandehei in the pistol, wing left, twin receivers to the right. 3-man front for Stratford. Man motions across, it's going to be handoff to Humphreys, cuts back right, gets past the 35 and to the 36 on a gain of 2.
And there you see, there's the Stratford Tigers. Whoever gets that ball, they're going to meet 3 or 4 Stratford Tigers to meet them.
And that's what you're going to have to do to try and stop Aiden Humphreys, the 200-plus pound running back, wrestler. Once this game ends, I think everything bunched up here. Twin receivers to the right, motioning across the formation. Another receiver to make a trips look. Quick swing pass out. Humphreys on the right side, breaks the first tackle, drives past the 40 and brought down at the 41-yard line on a gain of 5. It's going to be 3rd down and 3. He broke the first tackle from the defensive line. That was Braden Nowitzki who couldn't quite get there. It'll be a 3rd and short coming up for the Wrightstown Tigers. Ball on the right hash. Line to gain the 44. Minute gone by. Vandehei by himself. Full house jumble. He's going to dive toward the sticks. He's going to be close. He looks like he'll be about a yard short.
That 3-4 defense that the Tigers run has been very, very effective all year long.
So decision time for Wrightstown at the 43. They're a full yard shy of the first down. They ran behind a 3 tight end look, and the offense is staying out there. Vandehei is their punter. So we could see a quick kick, or they might actually try something here, and it looks like they're going to back up, and they are going to kick it away. High spiraling kick will bounce at the 32. Will take a sideways bounce, a little bit of a Wrightstown roll, and out of bounds on the far side at the 26-yard line. And so Stratford forces a 3 and out, and they will get their first possession with 10:01 remaining here in quarter number 1. And our first chance to see Jack Tubbs. Man, the Stratford offense. And these two teams probably both the odds-on favorites to get here. Wrightstown fell in this game last year to the three-time defending champs in Aquinas. Stratford won their second straight in Division 6 over Darlington on the walk-off field goal. Tubbs, designed run, cutting left. Not much there. He is stacked up and brought down after a gain of a yard. First man in was number 75, Walker Weiss for Wrightstown. 2nd down and 9 coming up. Might as well take the first step to building your customized home with Stratford Homes. Visit StratfordHomes.com to see floor plans, schedule a tour, or begin the design of your new customized home from Stratford Homes. Visit StratfordHomes.com today to get started. Handoff left, diving past the 30 to the 32-yard line. That was Brooks Vanderhoof.
Yeah, he had a great ball game last week also. He had 87 yards and 16 carries last week and a touchdown in that contest against Prairie du Chien.
Give him a gain of 5. 3rd down and 4 coming up at the 32-yard line. Ball on the left hash. Stratford going left to right as you look at the graphic on your screen. Of course, this audio-only broadcast. We'll have highlights coming for you guys later tonight of this game. And the Division 7 highlights are already live, and you can see what happened in that one. Off tackle run left and nothing doing. A yard and no further for Vanderhoof. Tackle made. Looks like by Will Singbush coming from his linebacker spot. 4th down and 3. And you got to think that the Stratford Tigers will be punting it away.
Yeah, Brady Berg is out there. Brady's only punted like 10 or 11 times all season long. So, and he averages about 35 yards a punt.
Caden Colwell, Jaden Kiddo back to return, standing at their own 35-yard line for Wrightstown. So both defenses start strong, forcing 3 and outs. Good long snap, not much of a rush, and it's going to be a side spinning kick, fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line by Colwell. And that is where Wrightstown will start their next possession. 1st and 10 with 7:55 to go. Here in quarter number 1 in a scoreless Division 5 state championship game. With that being said, we got a timeout on the field. We shall do the same as you are listening live from Camp Randall to the Division 5 state championship on Zaleski Sports.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Here at Brickner Motors in Little Chicago, we'll help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep and get it equipped the way you want it and the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles and competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
You can count on us. Yes, you can.
Back here broadcasting live from Camp Randall. Of course, all of our stoppages and play brought to you by our friends at shedsdelivered.com.
I just love your music that you have coming into us.
I appreciate that. I'm glad I was able to make the right choices. And Mike here on Zaleski Sports as we get set for this one. 7:55 to go, quarter number 1 in a scoreless game. Wrightstown getting their second possession. As they do that, might as well, if you're looking to refresh the interior of your home or business, give Trimpak a call. They specialize in doors, kitchen cabinets, specialty millwork, and much, much more. They can redesign your existing space and turn your dream into a reality. Trimpak says, go Tigers.
Well, looking at, the first 2 drives here by each team, 3 and out on both of them, so it's like it'll be, I think they're just trying to feel each other out here.
This is a heavyweight fight.
You bet it is. It's like you're going to go all, say, 12 or 15 rounds, and we're going to just test you and see what happens.
Of those 6 plays, 5 runs, 1 pass, and that pass was a swing pass to Humphreys, who will line up behind his quarterback, Vandehei. Double fullback look lined up as a tight ends to the right. And they're going to run behind him. Humphreys cuts back, has got a hole, diving past the 35, shy of the 40. They're going to give him the 40. It's a gain of 5, 2nd down coming up. They ran power to that right side, and Stratford, they read it well, but Humphrey found the cutback lane.
That defensive line of the Tigers, both, the big boys in there, they're
big.
They're 2-time, first team all conference. Weiss and
now designed run Vandehei. He's not going to get anywhere. Brought down in the backfield. They're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage to make it 3rd down. Trying to see who came through on that. Looked like Carter Luke was the one who made the hit.
That's the other one I was thinking of. Carter Luke and Weiss, both first team all conference, defensive linemen and offensive linemen. So
3rd down and 5, 6:53 to go and counting, quarter number 1. A 3-man front for Stratford, single receiver on each side, lined up for Wrightstown, an empty backfield. A double wing to the right, tight end right as well for Vandehei. They'll motion Humphrey across the formation. He's going to fake the sweep. He's going to dive for 3. It's going to be 4th down and 2. Read well by Chapel, who made the stop in the hole, and Vandehei is not going to get to the sticks. And it's likely another 3 and out for Wrightstown's offense.
Chapel, great offense and defensive ball player. He was named Defensive Player of the Year in the conference, and of course, catching the game-winning touchdown last week.
Also a good job on the edge. It was Tubbs who was able to sniff out and not have the sweep. And there's no returner as Van Hyke kicks it away. It takes a big Wrightstown roll inside the 15, inside the 10. And it's going to roll all the way down to the 9. It'll be picked up there by Caden Colwell. And Stratford pinned inside their own 10 with 5:55 to go, quarter number 1.
You know, Vandehei this year, he's punted 13 times. He's got a 40.3 average, but he's had 7 of them inside the 20-yard line this year.
And that's part of what they do. You can, as we can see, they line up in their typical shotgun look, and then they'll motion out, so there's no returner back there.
Yep, exactly. And he only goes back maybe 3-4 yards.
Yeah, it's not far.
And it's a quick, kind of a soccer type of kick, that he gets off.
And he's found a way to get the spin, get the rolls.
Yes, and this type of turf, you're going to get that. I've seen the Marshville games has that same type of turf there, and of course saw it last week too down at the Wisconsin Dells, that great facility down there. But you get that extra bounce on this type of turf rather than on grass where it's going to just sit there.
You might as well that it won't be long now until it's full-blown heating season. It's here. Be ready for winter with help from Stratford Plumbing and Heating. They service all brands and do complete furnace installation. Get your furnace checked today and be ready for winter with help from the friendly professionals at Stratford Plumbing and Heating.
Well, we had a taste of winter already, so
yes, sir. It's November. It's Thanksgiving next week.
Yep. Well, deer hunting's just around the corner. It's this weekend.
It's already, yeah. We're ready in basketball season too.
That's right, exactly. We started basketball already on Tuesday night, and
next week the boys will start. Hockey will be back out there,
and of course the Stratford Tiger girls look real good the other night. I saw a little bit of that ball game against Merrill, and Stratford girls really look good. They beat Merrill by 36, so. Good start for the Stratford Tigers, and of course the girls were supposed to play again tonight, but they decided to close the school down for the day and take a little trip to Madison. So,
actually, yeah, good crowd, and I've noticed as well. I saw this in the Division 7 game down on the field. On our side where we're sitting, we have the double levels,
right?
So they're all under the roof.
Under roof,
yeah. On the other side, Wrightstown, they're all wide in the open, but a great Wrightstown.
Oh
crowd.
Yeah, it's a great crowd. I wish we did have a camera that people could see the great crowd that and great following that Wrightstown has.
A lot of blue across the field.
Oh, yes, there is.
So Stratford will start their second possession at the 9-yard line. 5:55 to go, quarter number 1. Tubbs will have a halfback to his right, single receiver on each side, and a tight end lined up as a wing over to the left. As we get the go-ahead just to restart play. Press coverage. Now backing off, and now Vanderhoof's going to sweep left, and he's going to break through the first defender, and he's going to get 2 on the play. Second down and 8. That was strung out well by Wrightstown.
In fact, that defender, I didn't catch the number there, but he just kind of forced himself, powered, him right into the running, into Vanderhoof there, and Vanderhoof bounced off it to get those 2.
Defensive end Bennett Herman was the man who got through there.
To get that 2-yard gain.
Yeah, really about 1.5 yards. Twin receivers off to the left. Wide open, near side of the field. Quick pass out, gets an early block and trying to cut off field. We got our first down of the day. So they get to the 20-yard line.
And Stratford will do a lot of that. They'll throw it out in the flat to Shaner, and usually when they go long, they'll go to Chapel. But that...
Colton Bright right away on the immediate block as well.
In fact, Bright's back next year, so they still got a nice nucleus coming back next year also for the Stratford Tigers.
And that's the big thing as well, is that they get that block right away, and it wasn't early, it wasn't an offensive pass interference, It was timed well. Single receiver on each side, a wing to the right, lined up more of a slot. Now Shaner motions across the formation to the right side. Sweep. Weak side, Vanderhoof's got a big hole. Cuts upfield, spinning past the 25. He'll get to the 29, and it'll be a gain of 9. Second down and 1 coming up.
Pretty much all year long they've been doing that, going to the outside. Once, that running back gets to the outside, he's got the blockers out in front of him in order to pick up that extra yardage.
Big defensive line again for Wrightstown. Braden Nowitzki, Riley Feldkamp.
Yeah, Nowitzki, as he goes, what, 310, 313, something like that?
He definitely looks like it, as there's a dive up the left, off left guard, enough for the first down.
He'll have enough there.
Gain of 2. And Stratford's got another first down past the 30-yard line as we approach the 4-minute mark here in quarter number 1. Couldn't quite tell. I think it was Vanderhoof again. And we're eight levels up.
Yeah, we almost get a nosebleed up here.
So you got the binoculars, so you're gonna we got your eyes for us. 4-man front for Wrightstown, single receiver on each side. Shaner is receiver to the right. Halfback off to the left of Tubbs. He's gonna hand it off, sweeping right. That's nothing doing. And doing a good job just to get back to the line was Vanderhoof. First man through was Riley Feldkamp, number 77 for Wrightstown. And Feldkamp goes 6 foot 215. But he's another guy who you can tell he kind of has that build of a wrestler.
Yes.
Of the that heavyweight class. Second down and 10, 31-yard line. Ball on the right hash. Tight end right, wing right. Twin receiver is off to the left. Halfback left as well. Tubbs pulls it back, looking to throw. He's going to get pressure. He's going to get a break through the first attempt at a sack. Now he's going to try and roll right to get something out of nothing, and he does. And he's going to get pulled down.
There's a flag, yes, definitely. Either a collar or a face mask.
Absolutely. He got 5 on the play to the 36, and either a horse collar or a face mask. Take your pick.
You could see him pull back on that.
He almost ended up horizontal to the ground.
Exactly.
Great job to avoid Josiah Cousins on the first attempt, who came through and got a hit on him. Just couldn't bring him down. And it's a personal foul, and it's going to be a horse collar is going to be the call. So it's going to be a 15-yard add-on.
And Coach Tubbs would have said something because that happened right in front of Coach Tubbs standing there.
I mean, I was wondering if we could see it from up here.
He definitely could see it down there.
Yeah, Jack was parallel with the ground for a brief second.
Yes, he was.
And that's going to put the ball in plus territory at the Wrightstown 49, 2:53 remaining. Quarter number 1, 3 receivers off to the left, in between the hashes. Shaner sweeping left, looking to get a block. He gets to the corner and cuts back inside the 45. They're going to mark him at the 41-yard line on a gain of 8.
It looked like he was going to be tackled about after only a 2-yard gain, but he put that his name says it all. He turned the Jets on and moved it upfield for a gain of 8.
Second down and 2. Daniel Bunton was on the tackle. Trying to draw a holding call. Did not get the marker thrown. Wing right, tight end right, single receiver each side. Halfback to the left to Tubbs. He's going to fake it, look to throw. Got Shaner open at the 37 and hit immediately and brought down, but it is enough for a first down at the 37. Jaden Kiddo comes up from his cornerback spot to make the tackle. But Stratford on a drive that started back at their own 9 with the help of the horse collar are on the move, and a lot of it's been done by the maneuverability of Jack Tubbs.
Yes, Jack's played like that all year long. In fact, I had a call earlier this year. I thought he was going to be down on like the 20-yard line, and he lined up scoring on the play. And he gets out of a lot of jams.
Twin receivers off to the left, and they'll motion on the pop pass, cutting left, breaking a couple of tackles inside the 30 to the 29-yard line is Caleb Wrench. Gain of 8 on that completion, second down and 2.
That's actually a surprise because usually that little shovel pass goes to Jet Shaner, and it hasn't happened that often this year. Well, for Wrench.
And this has been a well-called drive so far for the Stratford Tigers. They'll line up under center, 3 running backs, tossed to Jet Shaner, trying to get to the corner. He will not. He'll actually lose a yard. It'll be 3rd and 3, and that was sniffed out well by the Wrightstown defense, as they tried to get a couple of blockers in front of Jet Shaner and nothing doing. And and the tackle made by Caden Colwell.
Well, they're definitely in four-down territory here. That ball sitting at the 30-yard line. They've usually, when they've gotten down there this season, that they've gone for it on fourth down. And the clock's running down. We're down to 34 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Fairly quick-moving quarter. Tight end and wing right, single receiver each side. Tubbs will hand it off to Vanderhoof. He's got a great push from the offensive line. He's got a first down inside the 25, just shy of the 24.
Yeah, he goes behind that left tackle quite a bit.
Yeah, Drew Gage and Carter Luke leading the way.
Leading the way. And Gage is another one this year that made all-conference also. So, you had three offensive linemen in there that have done a great job.
Let's see if Stratford gets another playoff here in the final 10 seconds of the quarter. Wing and tight end right, single receiver each side. Shaner is a receiver wide to the right. They do hand it off to Vanderhoof, sweeping right, cuts back inside, 20, 15, 10, inside the 10. He'll get to the 8-yard line. It's going to be first down and goal to go when we start quarter number 2. We've played 12 minutes here in the Division 5 state championship. We are in a scoreless tie. Stratford is in the red zone when we return. You are listening to the Division 5 state WIAA state championship from Camp Randall on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Nuts Deep 2, a Marshfield favorite for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Soup, salad, pizza, omelets, sandwiches, wraps, and burgers. How about appetizers like loaded tots and super nuts nachos? 14 large TVs to watch all your favorite games. Plus, entertainment and event space for groups large and small for your upcoming parties. Nuts Deep 2 again, awarded Best Burgers and Fish Fry in Marshfield. Nuts Deep 2 on South Central Avenue in Marshfield and Nuts Deep 2 North in Spencer.
If you have land to sell, talk to Ben Tilburg, the Midwest land guy. Ben Tilburg, with Pfeiffer's Auction and Realty, is your go-to expert for farmland and hunting land in Wisconsin. Pfeiffer's has been named one of America's top auction houses, year after year, selling over $2.2 billion in farmland over the past 25 years. Ben's passion for the great outdoors and deep knowledge of the ag industry give him the edge to represent you and your legacy. Ben wants to talk to you about your land needs. Call today and mention this ad for a free land valuation or property proposal. Let's get your land sold. Nobody, and I mean nobody, does it better than Pfeiffer's Auction and Realty.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Quarter number 2 about to begin here from Camp Randall here in Madison. Scoreless game, but Stratford's knocking on the door. Now first down and goal to go at the 8-yard line. Now switching sides right to left. Vanderhoof is the back off to the left. Design quarterback sweep for Tubbs. He's got great blocking. He'll cut inside. 5, touchdown, untouched for Jack Tubbs. And Stratford is on the board first here in the Division 5 state championship game. He got a great block at the edge by Chapel. And he was not touched until the goal line. And there's the first serve pro Jamie Wenzel touchdown of the Division 5 state championship game. Call Jamie Wenzel and Serve Pro the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration like it never even happened.
That current drive took 13 plays, went 91 yards, and took 5:55 off the clock.
And it started back at the 9-yard line. The big one was that horse collar penalty.
That horse collar penalty that cost 15 yards, you bet.
Miller in to kick the extra points. Snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is up, and kick is good. It is 7-0 Stratford with 5 seconds gone by here in quarter number 2. We'll keep things here. Remember, when you need to fill up your tank or your vehicle's tank, the place to do this in Stratford is at Telshell BP Mart. For gas or a quick snack before you hit the road, fuel up at the Telshell BP Mart on Highway 987 in Stratford. Also, Stratford Building Supply is going to build anything, anywhere, but they do more than build quality homes. They carry a variety of building supplies for both contractors and do-it-yourselfers. Whether you're looking for a custom home plan or home repair supplies, look to Stratford Building Supply. Give them a call today for your next project or go to stratfordbuilding.com. Again, stratfordbuilding.com. Game 3 of 4 here on Championship Thursday, Division 4 to follow later on tonight when Dan and I will be on the road back home. Baldwin Woodville will take on Racine St. Catharines. The middle border champs for Baldwin Woodville had quite the run so far. And Division's 3-2-1 tomorrow, starting at 10 o'clock, 10-1-4.
And the weather's supposed to be a little bit better than it was.
A little bit better. The season's going to end with Muskego and Bayport. And then we turn our attention to the winter. And I'm like, when you get to this drive for Wrightstown, they need to find an answer. They went 3 and out twice.
Twice, yes.
They've thrown one pass. They've been kind of bottled up.
Let's take a look here once.
If I remember right, they went 1 for 1 on the first drive.
Yep, for 5 yards. And Humphreys has carried the ball twice for 7 yards, and he caught a pass for 5 yards. And for Stratford, Jack Tubbs is 3 for 3 for 21 yards, and Vanderhoff has carried the ball 8 times for 41 yards already. So
he's been a workhorse so far.
He's been a workhorse for him. And what I find really interesting is that usually they alternate their running backs back there between Vanderhoff and also Miller and also Wrench. And I have not seen Miller yet in the lineup.
No, we haven't.
And so it's kind of interesting. They figure with the game maybe that Brooks had last week,
he'll be the guy.
He may be the bread and butter guy for the Tigers.
Yeah, I'm looking on the sideline trying to make sure that I can see Reed Miller. Unless he's on the kickoff team.
Reed is, let's see, who's kicking off here?
Mason
is actually, and Reed is usually they kind of alternate back and forth on kickoffs. And I see now that Mason is actually kicking off here.
Ground ball kick picked up at the 32-yard line by Wrightstown, breaking a couple of tackles, diving past the 40 to the 42-yard line. That was Jack Nelson, a tight end, number 86. And now, best field position of the day for Wrightstown, 1st and 10 with 11:52 to go.
That's pretty much the best field position that Wrightstown has had so far.
Without a doubt, it's been pinned fairly deep throughout the course of in the first quarter. Matter is that whether you're buying or selling, you can trust Next Home Hub City Realtor Kurt Spaeth. Kurt is your Stratford hometown realtor, wants to help you buy or sell your next home, commercial or residential. Kurt has the expertise you need. Call Next Home Professional Realtor Kurt Spaeth today. And keeping it himself is Vendahai on the left end. He'll get a gain of 5 past the 45 to the 47. And as I was doing that read, I had to double check, make sure that Humphreys didn't keep it on the fake. A read option for quarterback Trevor Vandehei. And a solid gain for Wrightstown on first down. I think it's their best first down run so far.
Yeah, and Vandehei had actually, like I mentioned in the pregame, he had an outstanding game last week, 11 carries for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. So,
yeah, he's a supreme athlete, very good on the baseball field as well. Saw him a few times over the past few years in the Northeastern Conference. Humphreys will get it this time, gets a big block, and he's going to dive toward the sticks. He'll be a yard shy, past midfield into Stratford territory for the first time tonight. It'll be 3rd down and a yard on a 4-yard run from the big fella, Aiden Humphreys. I had a chance last year to interview Humphreys as our Highlight House player of the game when they beat WIAA.
Okay.
Very well spoken runner, and he knows what gets him those yards. It's the big guys in front.
It's the big guys in front, you betcha.
He'll get a carry here on third down. He's got the first down, dragging defenders inside the 45 to the 44. He took Chapel for a ride from about 3 extra yards, and it's a first down for Wrightstown.
You know, that's the thing with these running backs. Same thing with the Stratford Tigers. You know, and I've interviewed quite a few of the running backs, and right away the very first thing they do is talk about their line, and line opens it up big holes for the running backs for Stratford.
Double wing to the right, tight end off to the right as well. Single receivers off to the right. Halfback is off to the left. Play action looking deep. Looking up to the near sideline, underthrown, and was that intercepted?
Yes,
it was.
Yes, it was.
Jet Shaner puts it away. An underthrown ball, and Jet Shaner intercepts it at the 10-yard line. And he was looking to try and find Jaden Kiddo on the near sideline, and it was underthrown. It was a one-man route, and they tried to do a stutter and go with Kiddo, and it was read. And it was a beautiful spiral, but it was underthrown onto the inside shoulder, and Shaner had the position, and Kiddo could do nothing to try and knock it away. The interception, and Stratford gets it back at their own 10-yard line.
That's only Vandehey's fifth interception he's thrown this year after now 125 passes.
So Vanderhoof is the back off to the right, twin receivers off to the left, tight end and wing right. Quarterback read on the sweep for Tubbs. Trying to get to the corner. He will not. He will get a positive gain of 3. It'll be second down and 7. Just tried to get to the edge, and it was strung out well. And tackle was made by Kiddo with 9:50 to go and counting in quarter number 2. As well as Structures Unlimited is your fabric building specialist, and they'd like to congratulate the Stratford football and volleyball teams on a great season and wish them luck in the WIAA playoffs. To find out what a fabric building can do for you, visit structuresunlimited.com or stop in their office in the Stratford Industrial Park.
Coming in for the Tigers at wide receivers, number 9, Colton Bright.
Bright lines up off to the right. They'll send Wrench in motion. Dive left, not much there for a yard is Vanderhoof's. Third down and 6 coming up.
Yeah, like you said, I think he's going to be the workhorse for him in this contest here. I have no idea why Miller's not, at the running back spot. They usually, like I said, they've switched running backs, 3 different running backs, and coming back in now is Jet Shaner.
Yeah, I see him on the sideline. He's been talking with coaches, but he hasn't rotated in yet. I think they're going to. Until he gets tired, they're going to let Vanderhoof.
I think so.
Carry the load. Twin receiver is off to the left. They'll send Shaner in motion. He's going to get the sweep, cuts back, gets past the 15, gets to the 17, 4th down and 3 coming up. They were trying to stretch things out with Shaner, and Wrightstown did a really good job of cutting the edge off and making him cut back in right into the teeth of the linebacking core. For that big defensive front for Wrightstown, they're going to force a punt.
Going back to punt is Brady Berg.
Kiddo and Colwell back to return, both standing at about midfield.
Well, and Brady will be starting quarterback for the Tigers next year. As he
another really good baseball player.
Yes, he is.
Knuckling kick is going to take a Stratford bounce inside Wrightstown territory, all the way down inside the 40.
He got an extra 15 yards out of that.
That ball bounced farther than it went into the air, and they'll be at the 38-yard line. First down and 10 for Wrightstown. 7:53 to go, quarter number 2, and a 7-0 Stratford lead here in the Division 5 state championship game as we have a timeout on the field, and we will do the same. 7-0 Stratford, just under 8 minutes to go in the first half, as you are listening to the Division 5 WIAA Football State Championship game on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
For those about to shop, we salute you.
We want you to let loose and choose a deal that best suits you, cause we're thunderstorm.
Mittens has gotten down and dirty with deals on furniture, done dirt cheap.
Mittens in Marshfield is
back in black
all month long for Black November.
Hello, I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor, Next Home Hub City. If you're a first-time home buyer or seller, or you've been around the block, because of my experience, I'm able to help you in the most efficient way. I'm a full-time, full-service realtor. I focus on my clients 100%. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
$7:53 to go here in quarter number 2. It's a 7-0 lead for the Stratford Tigers in the Division 5 state championship, as they look to set a couple of records tonight. If they were to win, they would become the first team to get double-digit state championships, and they would become the first team to have multiple three-peats.
Yes, exactly. Going back to when they won that 6 in a row, they actually had a total record of the 6 years where they won state championships in a row, had an 81-2 overall record.
Oh, believe me, I know. Their final one was against my school when I was a junior. And that's all we heard about that week. A 28-7 win over Iola Scandinavia in that one back in 2007. But now Wrightstown takes over first. They got their first down and 10 at their own 38-yard line on the right hash. Twin receivers off to the right on the short side of the field. Wing and tight end left. And they'll send Kiddo in motion. He's going to get the jet sweep. Trying to get a block from Humphreys. Cuts back in, breaks a couple of tackles, and gets a yard out of it and nothing more. Miller in on the tackle.
He sure draws a car out, I'll tell you that, because there was about 8 Tigers over on that right-hand side. And with
technically there's 22 on the field. So.
Yes, but we're talking defensive-wise, Mike.
Fair enough. And, yeah, that was they tried to get Humphreys as a lead blocker. And yeah, it looked like Miller came in and made the tackle.
Yeah. They've only had now 32 total yards compared to Stratford's 90 total yards. So
spread a look, twin receivers off the right, single receiver left, sweep right for Vandehei, cuts to the near side, cuts upfield, gets by first blocker, 40, 45, 30, 35, 20, 15, 10, tripped up, 5, touchdown, Wrightstown. What a run for Vandehei, 61 yards. And he left a defender in his dust. That was Vanderhoof, who was caught flat-footed in the hole, and he cut to the hash. Then it was just a foot race.
Yep.
And not many people are going to catch Vandehei. He is an electric runner.
In fact, he had an 85-yarder last week in the victory against Northwestern. So he had 2 touchdown runs last week, and one was an 85-yarder. So
Daniel Bunton to kick the extra point. And the hold of Ryan Leahy, right-footed kicker. Yeah, Vandehei, when he broke the first tackle, it was just a race, and the kick is blocked.
They have blocked more extra points this year. That's got to be at least the 4th or 5th blocked extra point this year by the Stratford Tigers.
Xander Curtis got through,
and
right off right guard.
They had one last week against Prairie du Chien, and Bunton was 48 out of 54 on extra points this year.
And we've seen a lot in the last few weeks of blocked kick extra points. Like, the scouting seems like it's improved, especially, of course, you saw in the NFL the past couple of weeks. That was a similar play. Just
exactly.
They loaded up on the guard and broke through.
And you look at the Packer game last week against the Bears.
Exact same play. There was no chance on getting that kick through. Curtis was there almost before the ball was down on the tee.
Exactly.
Or on the block. There wasn't much he could have done.
Yeah, and he beat his man at the line to get through it.
Yeah, just really well read. But 7-6 now after the 61-yard run by Trevor Vandehei. And Jet Shaner will be back deep to return the kick, along with Caleb Wrench for Stratford. They'll both set up around the 12-yard line. Bunton will kick it away. Reminder as well that Stratford will get the ball out of the half as well, because they won the toss and deferred.
And Stratford's been known pretty much all year long to have, a 5 or 6 or 7 minute drive too, and they may take this ball all the way down to, and it's a kind of a short kick also. So
yeah, a couple bounces, big hop to Miller. He will get to the 42-yard line, brought down on the far hash. And Stratford with their best field position of the night, with 7 minutes to go on the dot. First down and 10, looking to answer the Wrightstown touchdown. Might as well that Ag Source Laboratories of Stratford congratulates the Stratford Tigers on a fantastic season, which is all the players and coaches the best of luck from Ag Source Laboratories of Stratford. Twin receivers lined up to the left, wing and tight end right. They're going to do a counter left, and not much there for Wrench. He will get past the 45. He got 4 out of it before he got brought down by Bunton. It'll be second down at about 6 for Stratford here in this next drive. As they tried that little counter off to the left side. Ball's on the left hash. Wing and tight end right. Twin receivers to the right. Halfback is off to the left of Tubbs. And it'll be a sweep for Vanderhoof. He's got plenty of blockers upfield. Gets past midfield. He's got a first down at the 47.5-yard line of Wrightstown. They put both tight ends, both receivers on that side, and they just ran power. It's a simple play. When you have that many blockers, it's tough to defend.
Yeah, it is very tough to defend. It seemed like the whole line of Stratford kind of pushed it to the right-hand side and just opened it up for them to get those yards.
Now they line up, just flip it. Ball on the right hash, everything is off to the left, and they're going to run the same play, this time to the left. And Bunton is able to break through to make the tackle inside the 45 to the 44 on a gain of 3. So they ran the same play just on to the opposite side of the field. And this is the wide side of the field. The ball was on the right hash. They ran wide.
Yep.
And shaking off the block was Daniel Bunton. A good job by him to break through. Looked like Chapel was the receiver out there. Second down and 7. Twin receivers left, tight end, and wing to the right. And they'll send Shaner across. And Tubbs is going to fake it and cut back left. He's got a huge hole.
There it is.
35, stutter steps to the 25, gets outside. 20, spun out of bounds inside the 20. Mark him at the 16-yard line on a gain of 26, or 28, I should say.
I've seen that play so many times this year that he's gained big yardage, and usually he gets 15, 20, 25 yards out of it.
That's tape study from both teams. Wrightstown read it. They thought they were going to get the sweep to Shaner, so they knew they had to stop the speedster.
Yep.
And instead, Tubbs on a read option.
Almost looking at the replay, almost in the collar. Almost a collar.
They had him just under the nameplate when they grabbed him. I saw the same thing. But he cuts back weak side on the read, and he keeps it himself. And now lined up on the left hash. 2 receivers off to the left, tight end and wing to the right. Wrench is the wing. It's going to be a shovel pass and nothing doing for Wrench. No gain on the play. Tackle made by Bennett Herman. Coming from his defensive line spot to read it and make this tackle for no gain. 2nd and 10. Big drive here for both teams. Wrightstown would like to have some time left, knowing that Stratford will get the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming out of half, so you don't want to let the Stratford Tigers double up.
And we're sitting at the 4-minute mark here, so
both teams will all have their timeouts. It's been a clean game outside of the one penalty. Tubbs, direct snap in the sweep, cuts inside, 10, drive into the 5, inside the 5 to the 1. It is going to be first down and goal. He got some great blocks.
Yes, he did.
From Vanderhoof. Walker Weiss came through from his center spot. And it's going to be first down and goal at the 1-yard line at the left hash. They'll wind the clock with 4:21 to go here in quarter number 2. Full house backfield and out.
And Alec wants to kick himself right now.
I think that was going to be a quick snap. Like just everyone get on the line, make sure you're set, and then go. And it was going to be a quick sneak with Tubbs. And Chapel didn't even get down in the stands. He just took off.
Oh, yep. As soon as he did it, he hits himself in the helmet, and he gives 110% every time he's out there. And he says, even though I'm at that tight end spot and I'm blocking, tight end, but when the time comes, he wants to be there to make the big play.
He's on the right side as a tight end now. Same formation. This time toss for Wrench. Nothing there. Brought down at the 7-yard line by Aiden Humphreys from his linebacker spot. A loss of a yard. Humphreys, two-way player. All-conference linebacker and running back. Again, Wrightstown in the very tough Northeast Conference. Them and Freedom had a really fun battle this year. And a lot of those teams, we're going to see them a lot in basketball and baseball season, as the Opaka Comets, one of our primary teams that we cover, is in that conference throughout the rest of the school year outside of football.
Yeah, Freedom, when Wrightstown lost to them, it was 28-24. Great ball game.
Tubbs will sweep to the right. Gets a block, cuts inside the 5, and brought down at the 3. Third down and goal coming up.
Yeah, that rivalry is kind of like the same thing as Amherst and Stratford has.
It's been a little bit longer. That
a little bit longer because
for
Stratford's only been,
since
2000 season when they moved to the CWC.
Yeah, between Freedom, Fox Valley Lutheran, Little Chutes, Wrightstown, Freedom.
Well, it's like the Edgar Stratford matchup.
Yep.
Even though they're in the CWC, small and large, but they make sure they play Edgar every year to keep that tradition going.
Third down, goal to go, and we got a stop. The officials are talking about something at the 5-yard line. I don't think a timeout was taken. They're putting some time on the clock. That's what it is. So they put 10 seconds on the clock, 2:46.
Okay.
Which
it was a running play. The clock should have been running anyway.
Yeah, unless they had something that maybe an injury or an equipment issue they had to stop. Either way, third down, goal to go. Handoff left, nothing there. And brought down for a loss of 2 is Vanderhoof.
Great defensive stand by Wrightstown.
Will Sengbush makes the hit. And it's going to be 4th and goal. And Lawrence Plattner's not there.
You
got the Millers, though, to kick.
You got Miller to kick. Either one of them, you're sitting here extra point territory anyway. So you could
because you're taking a risk if you don't get it. You're giving momentum to Wrightstown after they get a goal. It was 1st and goal at the 1.
Yep.
And then you had the penalty. And then 3 running plays that only one was positive.
Yeah, exactly. And
so a timeout was taken by Wrightstown to try and get as much time as they can.
Okay.
Depending on how this 4th down goes. Might as well, from Marshfield Chamber of Commerce and Industry, reminds you that good things happen when you shop local. Pick up a Mackey gift certificate and get a great gift to the Marshfield community, and available at the Mackey office. And pick up your Marshfieldopoly board games at Hiller's True Value and OMG Oddities Manga End Games.
Now you're trying to think of what is a Monopoly. Well, it is the Monopoly game, but with Marshfield businesses.
Yep.
Exactly. I have one at home.
I love when cities do that. 4th and goal, and they're going to go for it.
4th down conversion by the Tigers this year, 14 out of 18 for 77%.
Twin receivers left, halfback, and wing as Tubbs going to look to throw the fade. Got him, man. Open leaping attempt, and it's caught. Touchdown, Bright.
Touchdown, yes.
In coverage was Bunton, but Colton Bright brings it in traffic. And a leaping grab on the left side. Touchdown, Stratford. Another Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel touchdown for the Stratford Tigers. Can call Jamie Wenzel and Serve Pro the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro like it never even happened. A risky play call to throw it there on 4th down and to throw a fade. But a good route, and the corner never turned around.
Never saw it coming.
A well-placed ball by Tubbs. Extra point pending from Miller. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and kick is good. It is 14-6 in favor of the Stratford Tigers. We'll step aside. You are listening to the Division 5 WIAA Football State Championship game on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
Live from Camp Randall, 14-6 Stratford has got a 4th down conversion from 5 yards out. Tubbs to Bright. And they'll kick it away. Wrightstown with 2:14 and 2 timeouts to try and answer. And maybe tie this game up with a touchdown and a conversion.
That drive took 4 minutes and 46 seconds, 10 plays, 58 yards.
Methodical. Ground ball kick is bobbled, picked up at the 31-yard line. Trying to hesitate, cut through traffic, still going past the 35 and brought down at around the 40-yard line for Wrightstown. That was Theodore Van Rossum, number 11. And so Wrightstown will start 60 yards to go. 2:08, 2 timeouts. And we've seen Van High as an explosive player.
Yes, he can. I mean, it's.
He had the interception last time on the underthrown ball.
Yep. Yeah, and then he comes back and goes 61 yards
on a
for
touchdown.
Run. You know.
They're going to stack everything to the right. Trip receivers bunched together. Another receiver down. We have a timeout taken by Stratford. So that was one. Coach Tubbs, that looks like a play he hasn't seen with how he immediately called the timeout when he saw them line up with probably a good 20 seconds on the play clock.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
He saw that and he goes, we don't have a look for it. We don't have a scouted for this, so let's regroup and see what we can.
And it's actually a good move. I mean, with 2 minutes left, you know, you can't save your timeouts for the prom. You know, you might as well use them, and let's talk it over.
Exactly. You can't take them with you.
That's right.
So as we get set during this timeout, might as well that just like these players are bringing their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted local and affordable service. And, of course, stay tuned tomorrow. We'll have our Ridgetop Exteriors Performances of the Week coming up. I'll have that for you guys. One of them, I can tell you right now, is going to be Mason Gay from Owen Withee, who set the state record for rushing yards in a state championship.
Yes.
In 8-player. And one of the players from one of these games today, right now, one of the leading members is Maverick Budd, who had a couple of touchdowns for Edgar in the Division 7 game.
And I want to tell Joe Anderson, and Joe's going to appreciate this, he did a very nice job. I listened to part of his broadcast in that 8-man, and he was just tickle pink to be able to do that championship.
Aiden Humphreys gets the handoff, and not much there. He got a couple of yards out of it. 2nd down and 8 coming up for Wrightstown, trying to get something going in the start of this drive. We're under 2 minutes to go. And they'll go no huddle, spread things out. Twin receivers on each side, halfback left, Van High hands it off Humphreys. He's going to cut back, breaking a tackle, past the 45 to the 47. 3rd down and 3 on the way.
You know, coming into this ball game, Wrightstown was actually 14th in the state in rushing, averaging 263 yards per game. So they do have an explosive attack.
Design quarterback draw. Van High's got the 1st down into Stratford territory. Mark him at the 48. He got 5. And a 1st down and 10. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. So far, saving those timeouts with 78 seconds to go here in the first half. And the clock will wind as this A-tier crew gets the chains already reset. Motion, Van High keeps it himself, and he's going to get as much as he can. He's going to lose a yard. Looks like that was Curtis who came through and made the hit for a loss of a yard, and we'll see a Wrightstown timeout with 1:02 to go. Xander Curtis, who had the blocked extra point, that time gets gets past the left tackle and makes the tackle.
Yeah,
makes the stop.
He made that first hit, and he just held him there long enough to have his buddies come and join him.
As well, when buying or selling, Brock & Decker Real Estate is the team you need by your side. Brock & Decker has all the tools you need to feel confident in selling or buying. So call Sammy or Sue today or visit them on North Central Avenue at brockanddecker.com and on Facebook.
Looking back, Wrightstown has been here in the finals 4 times in school history. Of course, they back in Division 5, they beat Edgar 29-8 back in 1998. 2006 in Division 4, they beat Mayville 41-23, and back then Mayville was a very powerhouse team. And back in 2011, they beat Somerset in 2 overtimes, and that's the only 2 overtime game ever in the finals. And then, of course, runner-up last year.
3-man front, 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw. Van Hy's got pressure coming backside. He's going to break through a couple of sack attempts, and then he's going to be finally brought down by guess who? Xander Curtis again. Loss of 2, 3rd down and 13 coming up.
Curtis gave the original contact, did not give up on the play. Van Hy broke the 2nd tackle, and Curtis came in and got him for that quarterback sack.
Clock will run under 37 seconds to go. 3rd down and 13. A quick huddle for Wrightstown. Now they're going to break out 3 receivers off to the left. Single receiver, and we're going to have another timeout taken by Stratford. With 25 seconds left, both teams now down to 1. Stratford would love to get a 4th down and maybe get a chance at a punt return or something with Shaner.
Yes. Yeah, Shaner has returned 1 for a touchdown this year. It was only I want to say 49 or 50 yards, but he still put it in the end zone.
So 25 seconds left. We're going to keep it here for the rest of the half. We'll talk, and then during our halftime, we'll talk about the games from earlier today. We'll kind of preview what's going on the rest of this week and next week during the holidays. As we get to Thanksgiving, we turn to winter sports.
Yeah, actually, a lot of tournaments games during the Thanksgiving period there. I know Steve's going to be a little busy in Wisconsin Rapids doing 8 ball games in 2 days.
Yeah, I'll have 3 games next week, Monday, Tuesday, Saturday.
I only get 1 next week, so I can sit back and watch you guys.
I'll have girls basketball on Monday, hockey on Tuesday, boys basketball on Saturday, all for the Spash Panthers.
Well, you'll be busy. You're young yet.
Absolutely.
You're young, Mike.
Taking on Appleton North for girls basketball, at Schwabenot hockey, and then Bayport boys basketball. As the snow is starting to fall again here at Camp Randall. You can see it through our window. 3rd and 13. Van Hy to throw, unblocked, setting up a screen, incomplete. It was overthrown, bunted. He had him if he's able to complete that pass.
Exactly.
And most importantly for Stratford, that stops the clock for a 4th down. It was a well set up screen. He had 3 linemen in front and no one back behind them for Stratford.
Exactly. Yeah, he had.
If he
had the blockers to go with him to
But again, Curtis got through to get the pressure enough to make him have to kind of jump throw it.
He's had a great
just a great
first
drive.
Half.
Yeah,
he's had a great first half.
And so now 4th down, offense staying out there. We'll see if they motion into their punt look, and they will. And there's no returner. Quick kick off to the side. Takes a bounce inside the 20, inside to the 16-yard line. It will be downed there with 11 seconds left. So let's see if Stratford decides to take a knee.
Or go long.
Or try the hook and ladder or whatever you got.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't think Tubbs can throw it 84 yards in the air.
The first time I saw that hook and lateral play, in fact, great high school coach Walt Kroll, who was at Marshville Columbus for many, many years, and he's in the Hall of Fame. But I got to see that play work to perfection at least twice every year by the Columbus Dons.
So looks like they're just going to line up in victory formation and take a knee and take us to the half. As this again, the flurries falling on Camp Randall under the lights and in the snow. As after 24 minutes of football, your score, it is the Stratford Tigers 6, the Wrightstown Stratford Tigers 14, the Wrightstown Tigers 6. Stay tuned. We'll have your halftime coverage coming up as you are listening to the Division 5 State Championship game on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
A&B Process Systems has been a proud member of the Stratford community since 1973. You can find your next career in engineering, welding, and more at A&B Process Systems. Our campus also includes our exclusive Factory Acceptance Testing Center with full-service testing capabilities to ensure that your equipment will perform to your expectations. Visit A&B Process Systems on Facebook today for more information.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Big Clarence.
No, I'm Big Clarence.
And I'm so terrific that Mall Furniture decided to name their latest and greatest sale after me.
Me! Beat it, Clarence. There's a new Clarence in town, and this clearance sale is gonna be epic.
Sorry, Clarence. Apparently you misunderstood.
It's fully understood. It's Mall Furniture's clearance sale.
Clarence! That's clearance, Clarence.
Mall Furniture's clearance sale. Going on now.
It is halftime here from Camp Randall. 14-6. Stratford leads at the break, and they will get the ball coming out to start quarter number 3 with a chance to double up, take a 2-score lead as the Wrightstown Marching Band takes the field. Take a look at some of the numbers from this one. I know Mike is going to go and get the stats. We'll have that coming up for you guys in just a couple of moments. But right now we're going to take a look at what happened earlier today. We've had two championships given out today. We had one given out last week as well. And last Saturday over in Wisconsin Rapids, Owen Withy came through and had the championship win behind Mason Gay's 321 yards and 6 touchdowns rushing. That was a 50-36 win for the Blackhawks of Owen Withy. This morning, the Edgar Wildcats claimed their 9th state championship, 19-0 winners in the snow over Potosi-Cassville in a defensive slugfest. Only less than 300 yards of total offense, 158 for Potosi-Cassville, 119 for Edgar, but 3 short fields led the way for the Edgar Wildcats. They had drives of 25, 23, and 12. That got them their 3 touchdowns. Will Hackle had a 10-yard run in the first quarter after an early fumble. At the end of the first quarter, Maverick Butt had a 12-yard carry after a short punt. And then Butt had an 8-yard catch on a fake field goal after an interception late in the fourth quarter to seal things up, as Edgar picked up their 9th state title. Then in Division 6, it was a thriller. 26-19, Lomira picked up the win over Grantsburg. Again, state records were set by Brock Matheny, 283 yards on 24 of 37 passing. Broke the Division 6 record by 73 yards. It was 210. Dexter Schultz, Caden Matheny, Dane Lozier each had over 64 yards receiving. It was a balanced attack. But Lomira rushing, Taylor Schomburg, 29 carries, 217 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the ground for Lomira. Ian Berkman, 22 for 68, and 2 touchdowns for Grantsburg in the Division 7 and 6 championships. Congratulations as well to the Edgar Wildcats, the Lomira Lions, and whichever Tiger comes out on top here in Division 5. Later on tonight, when Dan Lau and I are back on the road, it'll be Division 4, Baldwin Woodville and Racine St. Catharines. In Division 3 tomorrow, starting at 10 o'clock, it's Catholic Memorial taking on Notre Dame. Division 2, Rice Lake moving up a division. They're going for another title. They'll be taking on undefeated Slinger. And the season will end at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon as Division 1, Bayport taking on Muskego. Bayport had a chance to talk to them last week, covering the game against DC Everest. They're looking for their first ever gold ball coming back to Bayport. That being said, we're going to take another time out here from a few more of our great sponsors. Again, big thanks to all of these businesses. Let them know that we sent you. And without them, we can't bring you these games live and free as much as we do. So we're very thankful for them. We'll step aside. You are listening to It Is Halftime of the Division 5 State Championship game on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. The tools you trust from the people you can depend on. Shop the store within a store and find what you're looking for.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Now that's what I was looking for.
Looks like you found what you're looking for.
We redesigned our store to offer the biggest selection of Milwaukee tools.
A selection so big you'll need a map to find your way out.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center.
At House of Heating, making your home comfortable is our biggest priority. That's why we offer dependable HVAC solutions and quality work in Central Wisconsin. Our pros are knowledgeable in a wide variety of services so you can feel confident in your results. They'll offer the support you need, whether it's putting in a modern HVAC system or working on and maintaining your current unit. Get in touch with House of Heating at 715-384-3163 or contact houseofheating.com. House of Heating, heating and cooling the air you breathe. The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Halftime continues here on Zaleski Sports. Mike and Mike here. As we get set for the second half. We still have about 10 minutes left. You see 7:40 on the clock. They're going to put the extra 3 minutes back on. I assume for the warm-ups like they did in the Division 7 game. As Mike gets his headset back on, we're going to get the numbers from the first half from him shortly. Once it gets loaded back up, it looks like he's got it now. And so, Mike, I'm going to turn the floor to you on the numbers from the first half in this Battle of the Tigers.
Well, at quarterback for Jason Tubbs, he is 4 for 4 for 25 yards and a touchdown pass that went to Mr. Bright from 5 yards out. And let's see, rushing-wise, Jack Tubbs, 7 carries for 66 yards and a touchdown, averaging 9.4 yards a carry. Brooks Vanderhoff, 12 carries for 50 yards. Jet Shaner has 2 carries for 7, and Mr. Wrench has 4 carries for 5 yards. Tigers have ran the ball 26 times for 127 yards and a touchdown. Receiving-wise, Colton Bright, 2 catches for 13 yards and a touchdown. Wrench, 1 catch for 8. Shaner, 1 catch for 4. Total 4 catches for 25 yards. We'll switch over to Wrightstown here. And we have Vanda High, 1 for 3 only for 5 yards. And
interception as well.
And an interception also. So he's got a quarterback rating of, I've never seen this before, a minus 19.3.
When you go to the college one, that one gets a little different. Wrightstown, they haven't really run many plays either, though. The time of possession has really belonged to Stratford.
Oh, definitely it has. And carries-wise, so if you think about this, they've ran the ball 15 times. They've punted, 3 or 4 times for sure. So, they've carried the ball 15 times for 96 yards, and of course the long run, the 61-yarder by Vandehei for a touchdown. And Humphreys has carried the ball 6 times for 23, and Kiddo has carried the ball 1 time for 1 yard, so 15 carries for 96 yards. But if you take that 61-yarder away, you're looking at 35 yards rushing for the Wrightstown Tigers.
And again, only 18 plays run. That's not a lot.
No, it's not. And they're lucky they're only down 14-6.
And so it's going to be key for Wrightstown to get a stop coming out of the half. A team like Stratford gets up 2 scores, you're going to be looking at some big trouble.
And usually when Stratford, and I've noticed this all year long, they get that second half kickoff and they'll drive down the field and score and just add on to that lead.
For sure. And then this is going to, but either way, it's been a fun day so far. Division 7 game, it was just a slobber knocker. Again, 3 yards and a puff of snow.
You know, I wasn't here for that, but I did listen to Tom's broadcast, and the way he was describing everything, you know, and of course I drove in that stuff, you know, coming up here. But, yeah, it was would have been an interesting game, and I've seen some of the highlights that you were putting together when I got here for that Division 6 game.
7.
It
was during the Division 6 game.
During the 6th game that you were putting those highlights from this Division 7 game together. But looking at that and how much, you know, the snow look and everything, and the way Tom described it about, you know, nobody going really nowhere. And you said what? Edgar only had like what?
119 yards of offense.
119 yards of offense. And
win
a state title and scored 19 points and shuts them up.
Absolutely. And then Division 6 was the opposite. We saw a lot of passing with Lomira and
yes,
Gransburg.
We did.
Matheny from Gransburg again setting the state record for 283 yards, but 200-plus yards rushing for Lomira's running back.
Yeah.
That was a really fun game to keep an eye on.
It was actually fun to watch.
Watching it. And again, coming up after this will be the Division 4 game. Again, we'll be long gone, but Baldwin Woodville, the middle border champion, looking to take down Racine St. Catherine's, who's been seems like a staple at state tournaments in multiple sports over the years. As the Wrightstown Tigers have taken the field, ready to go. As again, there's been some flurries falling, but it's not nearly as heavy as it was this morning. It doesn't look too bad.
You know, I noticed they must have taken the TV camera and looked at it before, and I thought, man, it was coming down pretty good against the lights, you know. But, yeah, you really can't tell when you're up in the press box here. You know, you're 8 stories up in the air.
Yeah, and it looks like with this stuff as well, it's not really going to hit the ground. It's kind of flurrying up by us.
Yeah, and by the time it hits,
it's nothing.
It's not there.
Yeah, exactly. That being said, we're going to take one more timeout as we start to wind things out and get ready for the second half. Again, Stratford will get the ball to start the third quarter up by 8. They lead Wrightstown 14-6. As you were listening live to the Division 5 WIAA Football State Championship game live from Camp Randall and Barry Alvarez Field on Zaleski Sports. Brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
Bauer & Find has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Find Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you, maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
As the show the numbers, 152 yards for Stratford total, 101 for Wrightstown. So again, yardage-wise, fairly even, but time of possession has been all with Stratford. And we'll see. Well, it looks like we're going to get stuff given to us eventually in just a couple of minutes. As we get set for the rest of halftime, both teams back out on the field getting loose. So again, yardage-wise, not too different, but the difference has been time of possession. Stratford's able to get first downs. They've not really had that big play, but it's been 5 yards here, 3 yards here, 6 yards here, 1 yard here, 7 yards. There hasn't been that chunk play like the 61-yard run from Vandehei.
Yep.
But they've gotten that interception. They've forced punts, and they have cashed in the red zone. That fourth down conversion was huge to Bright.
Well, you look at the 2 touchdowns that they've got, Mike, is, on their drives. They went 13 plays, 91 yards. And then the other one, 10 plays, 58 yards. So, I mean, right there you're looking at 149 yards of offense just between those 2 scoring drives.
Yeah, then that's the big thing, is that there's so much to look at, and they're going to look for another drive like that to chew clock.
Yep.
I remember covering when I was working in radio back in 2019 when Stratford had their shutout streak going into level 4 against Amherst.
Mm-hmm.
I covered that Amherst game as a play-by-play voice, and they had, I think, 3 drives of 17 plays, and each of them was 8+ minutes. It was behind guys like Ben Barton.
And I'll bet you none of them was a pass either, and it was
there
all...
was 1 or 2. It wasn't many.
All grind around the ground.
But it was just methodical. And Wrightstown is very much the same way. They like to have those grinded out, methodical drives behind Humphreys. Stratford's done a good job of limiting him so far, but he's another guy. As it gets colder, he gets stronger. So we'll see how both sides handle the conditions with the weather, with the wind, and knowing that there's only 24 minutes left in both teams in your season. And how much do you want that gold ball coming back to your trophy case?
And last week, Humphreys only had 10 carries for 59 yards. So, I mean, Northwestern did a nice job of containing him last week. So
they just couldn't contain Vandehei.
No, they couldn't, because he had, 134 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Which is the interesting thing as well, because with Wrightstown, you have that power-speed combo.
Mm-hmm.
The thunder and lightning with Humphreys and Vandehei. Stratford, it's more like lightning and lightning.
It sounds like that.
Who you got.
This is before your time, but let's go back to the Miami Dolphins with Mercury Morris and Zonka. You had thunder and lightning right there, Yep. So
rest in peace, Mercury, just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were able to celebrate the undefeated continuing after Josh Allen said, "I'll do that," and took down the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So both teams back out and lined up for the third quarter kickoff. Shaner and Wrench standing back at about their own 10-yard line. Bunting to kick for Wrightstown, left to right as you look at the graphic on your screen. So as you see on our screen, that's how they're lined up. Wrightstown's on the left, Stratford is on the right. And Wrightstown's going to have the wind at their back in the third quarter. It's a line drive kick, a couple of bounces, deflected by an up back, picked up by Shaner at the 10-yard line. Breaks a couple of tackles to the 20, to the 22, and brought down there.
Yeah, only about a return of about 7-8 yards, but
I couldn't tell who got his hands on it first.
Yeah.
It looks like that might have been Caden Leonard who deflected it. Otherwise, it would have been a pickup for Shaner. He would have be able to pick it up in stride. Either way, back at the 27, first down, Stratford.
I had a chance to interview Mr. Leonard also earlier this year, and he knows what his assignments are. He landed up having an injury last year, worked through it, but he knows what his job is, and he's happy with that. So
Sweep left around the end for Vanderhoof. Almost got it knocked away. He gets past the 40. He's got a gain of 14 on a first down to the 41-yard line as he got the edge sealed well by Chapel. And 14 more yards for Vanderhoof. Really good blocking as well out in space by left guard Carter Luke. And Stratford immediately gets to the 41-yard line on first down. They'll send twin receivers off to the left, Bright and Shaner in the slot. Wing and tight end off to the right. Halfback left, Shaner motions into the backfield and orbits back out. Sweep right for Vanderhoof, strung out, not much there. Spins for as much as he can. He may have gotten a yard, and they'll give him a yard. And it seems like whenever Stratford tries to do any sort of misdirection, Wrightstown's been ready for it.
Yes, they have.
But when they've run their basic power to let the linemen get ahead of steam and get into space, that's when they've been most effective.
Exactly. They've been very effective going off tackle and opening those holes, for the running backs to get through.
Well, as Wrightstown's done a good job diagnosing a lot of these runs, they'll send two receivers off to the right. Wing and tight end left, halfback right as well. This time Tubbs pulls it and keeps it cutting right. Gets by Humphreys, brought down past the 45, mark him at the 47. Third down and 4 coming up after a gain of 5 for Jack Tubbs.
On third down conversions this year, the Tigers are 41 out of 51 going into today's contest. That's 80% conversion on third down.
More the fact the number's only 51 is the more alarming thing. That is a low number for 13 games.
Yes, exactly.
That's 4 a game.
That's what I mean. They can explode on that first or second down, and you don't have a chance for that third down.
3rd and 4 coming up. Twin receivers lining up off to the left. Shaner in the slot and Bright, and they'll have a couple of receivers as well next to them. Almost a bunch formation. Just off left tackle, sweep left, trying to get to the corner, and doing so, breaking tackles, 45-40, around the corner, one man to beat, 25, and brought down at the 20-yard line. Markham at the 17 is a Vanderhoof, and a touchdown was saved there by Jaden Kiddo on a big run, and Stratford's into the red zone as he broke a tackle at midfield. They had him wrapped up, but he shook it off and then got to the open field, and Kiddo got the angle enough to save 6 for now.
Not to a shame, Brooks, but if he would have had jet speed, he was gone.
Should say Riley Feldkamp, the defensive tackle, is the one who chased him down. Twin receivers left, including Shaner and Bright. Tight end and wing right, design, quarterback, run off left tackle for Tubbs, turns the corner, inside the 15, carrying Bunton inside the 10, and Markham at the 9 with a gain of 8.
With that carry that Brooks had, it just put him over 101 yards on 15 carries.
Having himself a day. So an 8-yard run for Tubbs, 2nd and 2, 9:20 to go and counting, quarter number 3. Division 5 state championship, Stratford looking to make history. Wrightstown looking to prevent it. 4-man front. Stacked look off to the right. Trip receivers bunched together, and then single receivers Bright off to the flank. Halfback left. Tubbs will keep it himself and run left. Runs right into the defensive line, and nothing there. No gain on the play, as he is brought down there by the combination of Josiah Cousins, Braden Nowitzki, Bennett Herman all in there. Humphreys was there as well. 3rd and about 1.5 yards. Here in quarter number 3. Stratford, of course, 4-down territory here.
Definitely.
They'll send a single receiver on each side. Press coverage on Bright off to the left. Shaner off to the right. Wing and tight end to the right. Left guard is leading forward. Vanderhoof drags defenders for a first down. He'll get to the 4-yard line. That was all Will.
He just powered his way right. And as you mentioned before, Mike, there it was. Right around the center mark or around off tackle. Boom. There he was. He had a chance to, power his way through for that first down.
And I'm guessing Jagger Ormond is very happy that he was able to keep his balance because I'm sure you saw it as well. He was leaning and leaning, but he didn't leave his feet.
That's right.
Otherwise, it would have been a false start. First and goal to go at the 4. Tight end and wing left. Receivers right. Tubbs will keep it himself. Looking to get to the edge. Cuts inside to the goal line. He'll be a yard short. He fell forward before being brought down.
They just
by
marked
Bennett Tinus.
Just marked it inside the 1. So you have maybe about, we're going to call it 28 inches.
And they're bringing in the power. I saw Curtis just check in for Bright. So they're going to line up in that full house. Do you sneak it or do they run it? They're going to hand it off up the middle, and he is in. Touchdown to Stratford. That is Vanderhoof from a yard out.
It's quite interesting. Usually I've seen it all year long. They gave it to the third back through. They gave it through the second back through.
And Vanderhoof, who had a lot of the yards on that drive, is only fitting he gets the Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel touchdown. The third Stratford touchdown of the night. Called Jamie Wenzel and Serve Pro the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration, like it never even happened. Watching the replay, Daniel Bunton came flying off the edge to try and stop him before we got any momentum, but he was just a half-second late.
Yep.
Extra point pending by Mason Miller. Snap down, hold down, kick is up, kick is good.
I don't know what it is all year long. They'd come out in the second half, and as I mentioned before, they'll work their way if they get that second half kickoff, and I think that's why they like to defer, because they talk about it in the locker room, and Coach Tubbs all year long has just praised his coaching staff this year to make the changes in that they have to do, and they get it done.
And a lot of it goes back to trusting his defense to make a stop at the end, and then you can have a chance. It's the old Belichick.
Yep.
The double up, and just like that, now a 2-score game, 21-6, Stratford on top, looking for the three-peat. Might as well to remember the name, Ben Tilburg. Ben's the Midwest land guy with Pfeiffer's Auction and Realty, your go-to expert for farmland and hunting land in Wisconsin. Pfeiffer's has been named one of America's top auction houses year after year. You can email Ben at ben@pfeifers.com. That's P-I-F-E-R-S. Nobody, and I mean nobody, does it better than Ben Tilburg at Pfeiffer's Auction and Realty. And Mike here up in the nice warm press box. Dan Loud down on the field shooting highlights for this one. Again, highlights will come in your way later on tonight. Give us a couple hours after the game to put them together. We'll have them for you for the Division 5 state championship. And you can find the Division 7 ones brought to you by North Central Technical College on our social media channels.
Be hot off the press right out of your car.
Right out of Dan's car.
Or Dan's car.
But this has been a fun day. It's been a fun one. It's always a fun time here at Camp Randall.
Yeah, let's see. It took about
5:43 or 4:43.
4:43. 9 plays, 73 yards.
Again, just methodical. And this time they got a couple of big plays out of it.
Yes, they did. Especially the big run by Vanderhoff there that put him over the 100-yard mark.
So Stratford kicking off right to left. They're going to send 3 returners back for Wrightstown. Out there now, Brody Wilson, one of them. He's in the middle. Also Preston Nowak. And down 2 scorers. I'm not going to say for sure a must-score drive, but you got to get something going.
You got to get something going, exactly.
A couple of first downs, just get some momentum back on your side if you're Wrightstown. Line drive kick will be caught at the 17-yard line. And spinning past the 30 to the 33-yard line and brought down there will be Alex Van Helvoort. They'll mark him at the 34. 7:07 remaining, quarter number 3, 1st and 10 for Wrightstown.
Looking at their drives, Mike, this is their drives. They started out 3 plays, 9 yards, 153. Then 3 plays, 8 yards, a punt, 2 minutes. Then the interception on 4 plays, 14 yards, 1 minute and 44. Then they had 49 seconds. They got the touchdown, and then 157 on 6 plays, only 8 yards.
Yes, the defense has been out there a lot. Van High in the shotgun, looking to throw. Looking left, throws a dump wide open as Humphreys up the left sideline, cuts back in past Chapel. He's going to have a first down. Past the 45 to the 46. An interesting cut there by Humphreys. He looked like he had plenty of green grass up to the side, but
yes, he did.
I guess he was not trusting the angle that Tubbs was probably going to have on him.
But you notice how the Tigers, or the Stratford Tigers, congregated as soon as he caught that.
Well, yeah. They did rally very well. 2 receivers off to the right, option for Van de High, and he will pitch it out, and that's not going to go very well. It's going to get to the 49-yard line. Chapel will make the stop on Humphreys after a gain of 3. It wouldn't have mattered if he was going to pitch it or keep it. It would have been probably about the same.
I was just going to say the same thing, because he pitched it about the same area where he pitched it is where Humphreys landed up getting tackled.
And you watching him run it, it was the old school. He had it out. He was ready to go.
Oh, yeah, you could see he wanted,
It was the teaching tape of how you run the option.
Exactly.
Like a true option look. Double wing left in the pistol. Single receiver is off to the left. Is Kiddo. And Stratford jumped.
Yep.
Defense nose tackle. That
number 70.
Yep, Drew Gage.
Yep.
Jumping in. So it'll be second down and 2 coming up for Wrightstown. If I remember right, that's the only second Stratford penalty with a false start in the red zone earlier.
Yeah.
That ended up not mattering.
Well, yeah, actually, it was down here. Remember, it moved it back 5 yards.
Yep. That led to the 4th down.
Oh, yeah, when
Bright.
Chapel
jumped.
Chapel
It led to the Bright touchdown.
Yep, it led to the touchdown.
Van High under center, full house backfield. Looks like Stratford out there. Handoff, Humphreys breaks through, 40, 35, and Bright chases him down at the 35. That's a big open field tackle by Colton Bright. That saved a big play, maybe 6.
Very big.
As he gets to the Stratford 35-yard line. Because Jet Shaner is fast, who was the next guy in. He's not as big as Humphreys.
No, Humphreys is a pretty good-sized boy, and he can motor.
Again, Aid Humphreys listed at 205. And now that full house off of left tackle for a gain of 2. Just trying to make sure
I just saw only one player go off and 2 players come on.
There's one of the receivers already off to the sideline.
Oh, was there? Okay.
Yeah. Halfback left, wing left, twin receivers left, single receiver right is Kiddo. Van High's going to hand it off right. Humphreys breaks a tackle and falls forward to the 31 to get 2 to make it a 3rd and 6. He was able to shake off the tackle attempt of Carter Luke enough to get a couple of yards out of it.
Yeah, just a couple. And they're going to have a little work here in order to work on this. But, they're down by, 2 scores. It may be 4th down territory.
Well, definitely is at this point on the field. And this has been their best drive of the night.
Yes, it has.
As far as just consistency for Wrightstown. They're going to send Colwell and Kiddo off to the left. Tight end and wing right is Bunton and Taylor. Humphreys as the halfback to the left of Van de High. He's looking to throw. Looking to throw. He's got time. Got a sled tipped up in the air, and it is caught.
Wow.
Caught by Kiddo at the 21-yard line. In a group of 3 Stratford defenders, Jaden Kiddo out-jumps them all and makes the play.
Big break for Wrightstown there. I mean, that could have been easily picked off, and the tip went right into his hands.
And it was the right read. He was open. It was the right read and the right throw.
Oh, exactly.
Just bad luck, as that was deflected by Curtis. It was the one who had knocked it down, who had tipped it up in the air. Full house. Sweep to the left, trying to get to the corner, breaking tackles, stutter steps to the edge. He was going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
That's about all he got back to.
And that is Caden Colwell. And they're going to give him looks like a loss of a yard.
Loss of a yard.
So 2nd down and 11. First carry for Colwell. Or second carry for Colwell. Number 28. From up here, it almost looks like it's 20, but it's 28. Wrightstown, their blue jerseys, white numbers. Stratford, their white jerseys, black numbers. Trips receivers off to the right. Single receiver off to the left. Single back to the left of Van Huy's. Humphreys, he's looking to throw. Setting up. Back shoulder incomplete. Out route by Bunton. Will make it 3rd down. Good coverage. That time from
Vanderhoff.
Vanderhoff, yeah, in coverage. Chample was there as well.
Yep.
Ball at the 22-yard line. And again, just out of his reach on a diving attempt from Daniel Bunton. So 3rd down coming up. Again, obviously 4th down territory. You want to get a positive gain here for Wrightstown to make it a manageable 4th down at the very minimum. Stacked receivers off to the right. Van Huy fumbles it. Picks it up. And a flag is down on the near sideline. It's a loss of 2 if it counts. I don't know what the penalty is.
Wow.
It was thrown by
the
our
side
side judge, yes. Usually that signifies illegal shift or illegal formation.
I think that's what he just went like
an illegal shift.
Illegal shift.
And you got to think Stratford then just decline it. They have a 4th and 13.
Yep, they've reclined it.
Yeah, I think they're saying that a receiver was covered.
Sure.
Listening to our Wrightstown friends down the way a little bit. Had a chance to talk with them a little bit earlier. Some good chaps.
Yeah, we needed the pronunciations, and so did they.
They needed ours. 4th down and 13. Wing and tight end right. Humphreys a halfback to the left. Van Huy to throw. Got time. Still got time. Looking to the sideline, to the corner. What a throw, but it's out, in and out of the hands of Kiddo. Incomplete. That was an amazing throw by Van Huy as Kiddo had to go. He had to go out and up as the coverage was there well. And Van Huy made a great throw to the pylon.
Yep.
But Kiddo just couldn't turn quite enough.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
a split second.
Yep.
And it is incomplete and a turnover on downs. The Stratford defense holds with 2:42 to go. We'll step aside. You are listening to the Division 5 WIAA Football State Championship game. 21-6 Stratford on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Whether you're just beginning your educational journey or seeking a new opportunity, we're here for you. At North Central Technical College, we have unique partnerships with 4-year colleges that allow you to transfer seamlessly to and from our campus, saving you time and money. With hundreds of transfer options available, the path to a bachelor's degree and a great paying career are just a step away. North Central Technical College. Start here, go anywhere.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no-obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
.242 to go here in quarter number 3. A 21-6 lead for the Stratford Tigers. Looking to get their 3rd straight state championship.
You know, we were talking about you and me both being catchers and both hitting about like Euchre does too.
And that's why we're in the press box and not down on the field.
That's right. That drive by Wrightstown, 10 plays, 42 yards. That's their longest drive of the night.
By far. But Stratford was get the hold after what almost became a spectacular play. And now the Wrightstown defense needs to make a stop here. Twin receivers off to the left, wing and tight end right. Shaner motions into the backfield and orbits back out. Tubbs will keep it himself and cut left. And he's going to run right into Humphreys. He's going to spin his way to the 30-yard line. He's going to get a gain of 6 out of it. 2nd down and 4 on the way. He's able to get an extra 2 or 3 yards off of Aiden Humphreys. Right as well from our friends at ShedsDeliver.com, your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. See their display lots in Marshfield, Medford, and Wisconsin Rapids. Get more information at ShedsDelivered.com. Approaching 2 minutes to go here in the third. Trip receivers off to the right. Tubbs keeps it himself, cuts left, and dives to the 32. 3rd down and 2 on the way.
After that play, they've ran the ball 36 times for 208 yards. I figured, the way the wind and everything was, I figured it was going to be a running game anyway. And it definitely has been, as they've only got 25 yards passing, 208 rushing.
No lineup. Wing right, trip receivers right, halfback left is Vanderhoof, who's going to get it, sweeping right, trying to get to the sticks. He's going to get past the 35, brought down at the 38-yard line on a gain of 6 more. And it's going to be a 1st down and 10 with 1:14 to go. Another big run from Brooks Vanderhoof.
If they can go down and
they get a touchdown here.
Touchdown, it's boy, it has to take a miracle.
However, right now, Vanderhoof is down at the 38-yard line. Training staff out there looking at him, and we're going to step aside. Injury on the field, 1:14 to go. You are listening to the Division 5 state championship game on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Here at Brickner Motors in Little Chicago, we'll help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep and get it equipped the way you want it and the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles and competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
You can count on us. Yes, you can.
Vanderhoof walked off the field under his own power, gave a thumbs up to Reed Miller, who is checking into the game in his spot. He is the halfback to the right. They'll send Shaner in motion, and is going to be a run left for Miller for a gain of 3. 2nd down and about 7. Big battle and a big block at the end of the play as well. Looked like Gage was tied up with somebody and got a 2-point on the takedown at the end of the play.
Maybe he's a wrestler. I don't know. Could be.
The form was definitely of a wrestler.
Well, he figured, it's wrestling season anyway, so.
Again, a running game like this, it's going to be a battle. Shaner lines up off to the right. Another receiver off to the right. Looks like Bright. Wing and tight end left, halfback right. And they're going to do the counter for Wrench. He's going to get past the 45 to the 46. It'll be a 3rd and 3. Coming up after that, about 3-yard gain for Caleb Wrench. And that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 1 quarter to go in the Division 5 state championship game. The Stratford Tigers with a 15-point lead on Wrightstown, 21-6. We'll step aside. You are listening to the Division 5 football state championship game live from Camp Randall on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDeliver.com.
Nuts Deep 2, a Marshfield favorite for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Soup, salad, pizza, omelets, sandwiches, wraps, and burgers. How about appetizers like loaded tots and super nuts nachos? 14 large TVs to watch all your favorite games. Plus, entertainment and event space for groups large and small for your upcoming parties. Nuts Deep 2 again, awarded Best Burgers and Fish Fry in Marshfield. Nuts Deep 2 on South Central Avenue in Marshfield and Nuts Deep 2 North in Spencer.
Three quarters in the books. We get set for the 4th. Miners home from TRW Auto Body in Mosinee, offering top quality collision repair. They'll have your vehicle back the way it was, quickly and efficiently. Also offering 24-hour towing and courtesy loaner vehicles and a lifetime warranty on their work. That's TRW Auto Body in Mosinee, your friendly fender bender mender.
Say that fast 3 times.
I'm not going to do that. As we get set for quarter number 4, Stratford with a 3rd down and 2. As we get set to resume play, reminders also the next time you shop your insurance, call Brad Krecklau and Ian Pierce, your full-service rural mutual insurance agents in Marshfield. Call 715-384-2826. Again, 715-384-2826.
Total yards. The Stratford Tigers, 248. The Wrightstown Tigers, 138.
And again, it was only about a 4-yard difference going into the third quarter. But exactly. Stratford with 2 long drives now.
And Brooks, so far, after walking off the field, he's got 113 yards rushing today. And Jack Tubbs has 91 yards rushing. So great 1-2 punch there for the Stratford Tigers.
And Vanderhoof is back out there for this third down. He's off to the left of Tubbs, tight end and wing right, twin receivers left. And Tubbs going to keep it himself, designed run, breaks the tackle and gets the first down into Wrightstown territory. Just inside the 49-yard line. Selling out to try and make the tackle was Will Sangbush. And if he would have been able to make a Superman tackle like he did on the dive he just made, it would have been definitely a highlight reel play.
Yes, it would.
But Tubbs was able to just shake it off and get the first down. And now Stratford up by 2 scores. They're looking to score here, but they're also looking at the clock.
Oh yes, hey, you stay on the ground.
They're clock watching now.
Last week. Go ahead, Mike.
No, sorry. First down. Shaner motions across to the right. Sweep right as well. Power run. Vanderhoof hurdles a down defender inside the 45 to the 43 on a gain of 6.
That was like last week. Tigers had the ball with 4:40 left in the ball game. They were up on Prairie du Chien, and Jack just landed up throwing it too far and got intercepted, and Prairie du Chien went down and went ahead. And then, of course, everybody knows what happened last week when Jack redeemed himself and hit Alec in the end zone.
Both teams that we covered exclusively today, Edgar and Stratford, both had 1 point come from behind final minute wins in level 4 last week.
Exactly.
Even when they're not in the same conference, they're tied at the hip.
Yep, yes they are.
Pulling it back, Tubbs on the read option to the 40-35. Flag is down. He's going to get to the 33-yard line, depending on the penalty. It is thrown at the line of scrimmage, usually in the area of a hold. Again, it's been a clean game.
It's actually been a very, very clean game.
The really only one non-procedural penalty, and that was the horse collar back in the first half.
Yeah, horse collar, and you had
an offside and a false start.
False start. So, you've had maybe 3 or 4 penalties, and so, the referees have actually called a great game.
And then that's a credit to both teams for playing clean football.
Yes.
As it is a holding call, brings it back.
And actually,
and they're going to have to move it back no, they got it right. Be 2nd and 14.
And on the season, Stratford's been averaging right around maybe 5-6 penalties, a game. So it's it's been actually a very good, clean game.
Wing and tight end right. Twin receivers left. The motion, both tight ends across, Wrench and Chapel. Vanderhoof, halfback, will get it, cutting left. Cuts right back into the teeth of the defense for a gain of 2. And 3rd down and 12 is on the way. This 3rd down brought to you by Fleet Farm. Fleet Farm's layaway program is here to help you make the year's holiday shopping easier than ever. Get the biggest and best gifts secured before they're gone and enjoy convenient payment and storage options. Learn more about Fleet Farm's layaway program. Visit any store or head to fleetfarm.com. Safe to say this is a huge 3rd down for the Wrightstown defense.
Yes,
3rd and 12. Stratford, if depending on what the 4th down would look like, would probably punt it away. Unless it's a 4th and 2 or 3. Because they're right on their own side of the 50 now, right inside the motion W. Tubbs to throw, pressure coming, throws it, got his man. Shaner will not break the tackle of Bunton. He gets to the Wrightstown 45 on a gain of 6. It'll be 4th down and 6.
I was wondering if he was going to throw his 5th pass of the ball game, and either way, if you punt now, you put it deep in Wrightstown's territory.
And it is the punting unit out.
Yep.
And Brady Berg. You're talking about us being former catchers.
There you go, right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Twin safeties back deep to return for Wrightstown.
In fact, his dad was also. And his dad is on the coaching staff here. Teaches in Marshfield and coaches in Stratford.
Returners Colwell and Kittle standing at the 10-yard line. Stratford taking all the time they need. No rush at all. High spiraling kick. Will take a backwards bounce and be downed by Wrench at the 12-yard line. Vanderhoof was there as well. And that is where Wrightstown will take over their next drive, 1st and 10.
You know, that is only the second punt this year that he's put inside the 20.
That'll work.
But it comes at a big time.
Absolutely. First down, Wrightstown. Might as well at Sternweiss and Sons Ready Mix and Block Plant in Marshfield. They're now hiring boom truck and concrete truck drivers. Be home every night and work for the hometown team at Sternweiss and Sons. If it is time for you to make a change, apply today at the Wren Road Ready Mix location. That's Sternweiss and Sons of Marshfield. As we have a timeout on the field. And obviously now, earlier in the third quarter, I said it wasn't a must-score drive.
Now it definitely is.
Now it is a must-score drive for Wrightstown if they want to have any chance of winning the state championship and not have to get that silver ball for a second
year in a row. Yep.
And to be fair, they've had to go against back-to-back dynasties.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Aquinas won 3 in a row, and now Stratford going for a three-peat.
Well, you know, and Aquinas was, you know, you even go back to the WIAA years. You know, Aquinas was very, very successful even in the WIAA years. So it's amazing how many teams, and I've looked at this now for the last 23, 24 years when WIAA stopped it after the 2000 season, of how many of the private schools have made it into the state tournament in different sports and won state championships. I mean, you look at St. Mary Springs. You know, they were a private school.
And they've won nine
exactly
in the 24 years.
Yes, exactly.
And, of course, congratulations to Bob Highland on a great
career.
Oh,
yes, very outstanding
announcing his retirement.
Yep. And
very surprising for him to lose a level 2.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I've got a chance to meet Bob, and I'll tell you, a very, very class guy.
Very much so. There's been some legendary coaches throughout Wisconsin.
Oh, yes, there has.
Obviously, Jerry Sins,
yes.
Bill Young.
Oh, yes. Yes, definitely.
You go to basketball, you get Jerry Pettigrew.
Oh, you go to baseball, and you had George Roman at point. I mean, there's been some outstanding coaches in Wisconsin.
Van High is going to be in the pistol. Wing and tight end right. Humphreys the back behind him. Receiver on each side. Humphreys going to get it. Cutting right. Runs right into the tackle for a gain of 3. I think that was Chapel who came in and stood up to make the hit. 8:30 remaining and counting here in quarter number 4. No huddle look. 3 receivers now lining up to the left for Van High. Low snap, looking to throw. Quick jet pass, caught out by Kiddo. Gets Chapel turned around, cuts upfield. 20, 25, 30, and out of bounds at the 34 before Shaner makes a hit.
And
just shy of the 35.
And that hit came right when the foot hit the white line, too.
Perfectly timed.
Yes.
And I don't know if the throw intentionally did that, but they had Chapel spinning about 3 or 4 different
Yes, they
times.
did. He looked like a top going around.
He did a really good pirouette.
Yes. I wonder if he takes ballet or something. I don't know.
Yes, he had to try and get over a blocker. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line for Wrightstown. They'll line up, double wing. Van Hig's going to keep it himself, looking to get some blocks, cut up field. He's not going to get it.
Nowhere.
And the ball came out. Ball is out. But I think Wrightstown got right back on top, and they did. That's a big break for the Wrightstown Tigers.
Oh, that would have gave Stratford
that
outstanding field position.
Probably would have been the championship play.
Yes.
But 2nd down and 10 coming up. Might as well, that quality auto body and framework has been at Art's Body Shop since 1952. If you have an accident, let Mackey's 2024 Small Business of the Year give you a free estimate. Call Art's Body Shop on South Central Avenue in Marshfield.
1952. Holy cow, that's a year earlier than I was born.
Rolling left is Van High on the option. Keeps it himself, cuts upfield. 40-44 and brought down there by Wrench and Tubbs. A gain of 9. It'll be 3rd down and a yard. For Wrightstown. And a big thanks to everyone listening wherever you may be, or they're at work earlier today, if you're at home now. Glad to have you joining us here from Camp Randall and Barry Alvarez Field. Triple wing. Van Huy's going to keep it himself a run right behind that wing. He's going to get the 1st down before being chased down from behind by the Stratford defense. 1st down. They get to the 46, but clock's starting to become a factor. Under 7 minutes to go. Might as well let the Grey Dog axe throwing in Marshfield is fun for all ages, 8 and older, so bring the whole family. Join a league today or even a party. Bring your awesome experience. Book your awesome experience today. Van High to throw. Looking deep up the near side. Right in the bucket and caught. Colwell inside the 20. We've seen him.
Just beautiful. Just hit him right in stride.
We had that throw on the 4th down last drive this time, and there's the throw was intercepted earlier.
Yep.
But that one was perfectly placed. And Caden Colwell makes the play. So again, visit greydogAxe.com. Find them on Facebook for more information to book your awesome experience. Again, that is greydogAxe.com. Best throw of the night from either team, and maybe the best throw of the day.
He actually got an extra yard out of that because he stepped out on the 19. I was watching the replay on the big screen, and he actually stepped out on the 19, but they gave him an extra yard.
Mark him at the 18 in the red zone for the first time. Van High brings it, keeps it himself, breaks a tackle, cuts upfield inside the 15. He goes. He gets to the 14 for a gain of 4. And that might have been the best throw we've seen overall today.
Yes,
we had the record by Grantsburg, but that was
beautiful.
That was pinpoint. Exactly what you want from a veteran quarterback. Twin receivers on each side for Wrightstown. Humphreys is the back to the left. Van High in the shotgun. Low snap, picks it up, cuts upfield, and makes something out of nothing to get a yard.
You know, with that pass, it made the yards look a little bit respectable now. 210 for Wrightstown to 266.
Difference with Stratford plus 105 rushing, 235 to 131.
Yeah.
5 of 9 passing, Van High for 80 yards. 5 of 5
for 31.
Having a perfect day.
Yes.
Along with a touchdown. Double wing right, tight end rights. Van High in the pistol. Play action, looking to throw. Got time, now he's going to step up, break a tackle. Break another tackle, ball is out. Looks like he dove back on top, though, and making a 4th down. On the loss of 2, it'll be 4th and 7. Trying to do something as he had some receivers who were covered well down the field. And here we go, 4th and, for all intents and purposes, the championship right here.
Exactly. And the thing is, they're going to have to get the 2-point conversion also.
The question is, when do you do the 2? Do you do it the first touchdown or the second?
Well, I'd say you do it the first.
So that way you know what you got to do.
You got to know what you're doing then. And the thing is, if they don't, they're still down by 9 and still 2 scores. So it's big decision right here.
They'll send Kittle motioning across. Van High to throw. He's rolling right, cutting off the field. Throws it, and incomplete. He missed his man. It wasn't going to be there anyway. Kittle, the intended receiver, even if he catches it, he does not get anywhere close to the first down.
Nope.
And hugs for Van High as he heads off the field. That was a play that had no chance of succeeding, and Stratford takes over 1st and 10. Might as well let the Hearing House provides personalized hearing health care from 5 convenient locations throughout central Wisconsin. Give Karen and Todd a call to schedule an appointment today in Wausau, Stevens Point, Colby, Neelsville, or Marshfield. And make your house a Hearing House. 4:39 to go, quarter number 4. We'll step aside. You're listening to the Division 5 WIAA Football State Championship game on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
If you have land to sell, talk to Ben Tilburg, the Midwest land guy. Ben Tilburg, with Pfeiffer's Auction and Realty, is your go-to expert for farmland and hunting land in Wisconsin. Pfeiffer's has been named one of America's top auction houses, year after year, selling over $2.2 billion in farmland over the past 25 years. Ben's passion for the great outdoors and deep knowledge of the ag industry give him the edge to represent you and your legacy. Ben wants to talk to you about your land needs. Call today and mention this ad for a free land valuation or property proposal. Let's get your land sold. Nobody, and I mean nobody, does it better than Pfeiffer's Auction and Realty.
.4:39 to go. Stratford's defense makes another fourth down stop, leading by 15. And they can, in Stratford fashion, they're thinking they want to run the clock out here and send themselves back with their 10th state championship.
Well, Edgar has claimed
a share
of it for what? 4 hours?
Yeah, about
5 hours.
About 8 hours. About 8 hours. Or the game started at 10, got down around noon, so about 6 hours now.
Yeah, exactly.
St. Mary Springs had the with them.
So
and I was looking forward to that being a potential level 3 game because it seems like no matter where they are, Stratford and Springs can't avoid each other.
Yeah, exactly.
No matter what. Because I remember that game a couple years ago in WIAA, a double overtime win for Stratford. They get their first of this title run.
Sure.
In colder weather than this, it was brutal down in WIAA. Braden Schiller with the game-winning interception in overtime there. Tubbs keeps it himself on first down, and a flag comes in at the end of the play. But the way that was thrown in almost seems face mask. He got a yard on the play. No, it's looks like a block in the back. Yeah.
Well, that would have. I was going to say Jack is only 5 yards away from 100 yards rushing. So, all right, I'm going to put you on the spot, Mike. Say Stratford wins. Who do you name MVP?
That is the real question, isn't it?
I mean, the game that
there's a few names going through my mind.
Vanderhoff has had.
The Vanderhoff, Jack Tubbs is in there because he's been perfect passing. He's had some big runs, some clutch runs.
And you got to look at the defense.
I agree. My vote would probably go for Curtis.
Okay.
Right now, he had that 3-play stretch in the first half that turned this game around.
Yep, exactly.
And the blocked extra point.
Yep.
Vanderhoof gets the sweep, cutting left. He's got some space. Runs into the defense past the 10-yard line to the 13 on a gain of 5. Going to make it a 2nd and 14 for Stratford with the clock running with 4:19 and counting to go here in the Division 5 state championship. There's so many names to look at. This has been the definition of a team game for Stratford.
Exactly.
Compared to like last year, obviously Lawrence Plattner. I talked to Cole Tichy. He had an interception in that game.
Sure.
Who I interviewed as well down on the field. This year, it's been just a well-rounded, a solid, just up and down performance. There has not been I can remember a negative play really until that block in the back on Stratford all night.
Yeah, exactly.
Another handoff for a couple yards for Vanderhoof. 3rd and 12 coming up.
They just want to keep that clock going.
Exactly. Bennett Herman. And now Wrightstown's going to take their first time out with 3rd down and long coming up. And we'll keep things here and talk about Bruce Orthodontics, providing comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They're now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they are changing lives one smile at a time. Call their Marshfield office to set up a free consultation today.
Michael, I want to mention, it has been a great, great honor working with you.
It is likewise. It's one of the few times I can actually say we're doing a Mike and Mike broadcast.
Mike and Mike show, yeah, exactly.
I mean, even Mike and Mike haven't done a Mike and Mike show in almost a decade.
Exactly.
And also a big shout out as well to Dan Lau.
Yes,
down on the field. He produced the game this morning with Tom.
Yep.
While I was down on the field. Now he is down on the field. And it looks like I'm looking through the window. I don't see many flurries anymore, so that's... I'm also looking ahead for the drive home, too.
Also.
I don't want to deal with the snow driving home, as well as the drive then back from the office back to my house.
Well, I'll give you a plus. There is no snow up north. because
Yes.
it was raining, and so it's gone by now.
Correct. 3rd and 12. Now we set to resume play. 3:31 to go. Spread left, and then Van Tubb's going to cut right. He stiff arms Humphreys, but Humphreys going to bring him down after a gain of a yard. It'll be 4th down, and Wrightstown will take their second timeout.
And Jack Tubbs is getting up very slowly.
Yeah, he looked like he got rolled up a little bit because he tried to stiff arm Humphreys. And Humphreys grabbed that stiff arm.
He's limping.
Humphreys grabbed that stiff arm and said, I'm going to tackle you with it if you're going to try it on me. And I think he just got his foot got kind of
Looks
caught
like
up.
his left ankle.
Yeah, it looks like he just kind of got caught up. It's just one of those football plays as they're showing it now. Like you see him, he stiff arms, and Humphrey says no.
Yep. He had that foot planted.
Yep.
And
it was a clean play. It wasn't a horse collar.
No, it wasn't a horse collar.
It was
No.
under the shoulder pads.
Exactly.
And it was, just kind of caught up and rolled up.
Yep.
Also officially just announced, congratulations to Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani, officially announced as the MVPs in the National League and American League.
Okay.
As if anyone was surprised.
Exactly.
Really, none of the awards have been a surprise this year.
Yeah.
Maybe Luis Hill for the Rookie of the Year, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But congratulations to Pat Murphy in Milwaukee getting Manager of the Year.
You know, and the funny part about that is that you're looking at the Brewer connection because Stephen Voigt caught for the Brewers also, and he wins it in the American League.
I saw something as well as we were sitting here during a timeout that there are 6, and I found this yesterday, there are 6 active players who are older than Stephen Vogt who played this year. 5 of them were pitchers.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
And then Yuli Gurriel.
You know, you're a little young for this, but I can go back to let's go back to Phil Necro.
Yep.
And Wilbur Wood.
Don Sutton.
You know, and the thing is, 2 of those were knuckleballers, and that's what made their career a little bit longer.
Absolutely. So Stratford in punt formation. No one is back to return. They're good. Wrightstown's going for a block here. They are selling out to block this kick, and they're not going to get there. And it's going to, let's see who take the roll.
This could be his longest punt of the year, folks.
A Stratford roll inside the 35 to the 33. 53 yards.
That's definitely his longest one of the year.
Had to do a quick math in my head.
and it actually rolled about 15 yards, too.
And great blocking.
Yes.
Because, again, Wrightstown, they sent everybody. They sent 9.
Yep.
The only ones who didn't were the jammers on the Gunners.
Yeah.
To not let that bounce happen, but they sent the house, and they didn't get close.
They weren't even close. In fact, Brady did a great job of getting it off right away.
So now, again, must-score territory, and then onside kick time for Wrightstown. Trip receivers off to the right. Single receiver to left, Van de Heij in the shotgun. Low snap, looking to throw. He's got time, now steps up, floats it up the seam. It was tipped and intercepted. That is going to be taken back.
That's Alec, I think.
That's Chapel. Yes, it is. Along the right sideline, 25, and chased down inside the 25 to the 22-yard line.
He doesn't catch. He catches the pass of his lifetime last week.
Now he
doesn't catch one today, and he catches the interception of a lifetime right here.
Absolutely, and that was one where he was going up the seam. I think he got hit as he threw.
Yes.
Because that ball ended up really, yeah, he did. His arm was hit as he threw it. And it was an easy play, and as soon as he caught it, Chapel did the loaf of bread.
Yes, he did. Nobody's taking this away from me.
This is mine. So Alec Chapel may have just sealed a gold ball and the first team ever to have multiple three-peats in WIAA history. And the first team to get the double-digit championships.
Double digits, exactly.
Full house backfield. Tubbs back in there, toss to Shaner. Cutting back, nothing there. He's going to lose a yard or two, but he's fine with that as the clock continues to run down. 2:45 and counting. We'll keep things here for the rest of this game. As, again, pressure came late on that play with Van de Heij, and he was his looked like under his shoulder was like his rib cage was hit as he threw, and so the ball just came out at a bad angle, and there was no chance for the receiver to try and even chase down. That was Bennett Tynes. There was just no chance.
Yeah, there was no chance.
There were 3. If Chapel didn't catch it, Wrench would have.
Somebody else back there, yes, there was.
Either way, 3 receivers off to the right, tight end right. And Vanderhoof around right end, cuts outside to the 20, to the 15, staying in bounds, cuts back in to the 16-yard line. 8 more for Vanderhoof, who's having himself a career night.
Yeah, let's take
Force a 3rd and 3. So we can try and get the numbers for Mr. Vanderhoof, and man, he has been awesome.
The last I looked, he had like 130-some yards before that last play.
He's been the workhorse in this game, without a doubt. 3rd down and 4, and 80 seconds separate Stratford from number 10. And they were looking. Vanderhoof gets it again. Nothing there this time. He's going to be brought down with no gain. 4th down coming up. And Stratford probably just going to go for it. And 4 yards ends the night.
23 carries for 136 yards for Brook tonight.
And a touchdown. Solid
and
work.
A touchdown. And Jack Tubbs, 15 carries, 94 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. It is impossible to probably decide a player of the game for this one.
So
I don't envy who Dan's going to have to even think about interviewing.
So with just those 2 players, gain more yards than the whole Wrightstown team. So you got to credit the defense also.
Absolutely.
Job.
Again, top to bottom, this was more than any state game I've seen in a long time, a full-on team win.
Yes.
As we get a timeout taken with 27 seconds left. And I saw someone come off the field for Wrightstown. I don't know if they're going to give their seniors one final play, give them a chance. We'll do a quick look at them right now, give some credit for the Wrightstown seniors during this timeout. Benetitis, Caleb Podgorski, Trevor Vandehei, Fletcher Paul, Bennett Herman, Mason Driscoll, Cameron Schumacher, Jaden Kittle, Caden Coel, Aiden Humphreys, Josiah Cousins, Ethan Keller, Will Schoenwalder, Drake Sengbush, Sawyer Dinney, Reagan Juntanen, Braden Nowitzki, and Riley Feldkamp, the seniors for Wrightstown.
And for Stratford, Reed Miller, Jet Shaner, Caden Leonard, Caleb Wrench, Jack Tubbs, Alex Chapel, thank you. I've done that all year long. Alexander Curtis, and let's see, Will Kraus, Matt Kolb, and Brandon Knetter, Carter Luke, Garrett Zelke, Walter Walker Weiss, Mason Ortel, and that's it.
Get a great
career at Stratford.
And now the countdown is on for the Tigers. They're all huddled up on the sideline as the offense takes the field. The back who's in the game was pumping up the crowd. It's not Vanderhoof. That might be Curtis. Well, that's a lineman.
Yes, it is.
He's got the first down to win the state title. Carter Luke. He's going to get hugs all around.
He's going to carry the ball. What a way to end your career. Oh, unbelievable.
Carter Luke is going to get the final carry of the game.
Usually a lineman does not get in the final stats, and unbelievable. He gets it.
What a play. As the clock runs down, they're not going to need to run another play. It is 1st and goal. And the clock will run down. The count is on. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds for the 10th time, and the first team to 10. The Stratford Tigers have won. The Stratford Tigers have done it. They have won the title. The 3rd in a row, the 10th ever. I'm looking down the field, 2 linemen. They just sprinted to the Gatorade. Look out, Coach
Here it
Tubbs.
comes.
Look out, and there it is.
There it is.
He got it. Congratulations to both Wrightstown on a spectacular 12-2 season. The Stratford Tigers 14-0, back to back to back, twice in Division 6, now in Division 5. The Tigers, the Kings, in Division 5, and the 10th time in state, for the 10th time in team history. Unbelievable. As we're going to...
Would you call that a dynasty?
Absolutely. That is a dynasty in every sense of the word. We're going to take one last time out and hear from our friends at Nasonville Dairy. Your Nasonville Dairy postgame show is on the way. We'll come back with the final stats and a wrap-up here on Zaleski Sports. The Stratford Tigers, state champs in 2024.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fure, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Your Nasonville Dairy postgame show starts now. The Division 5 state champion Stratford. Wrightstown getting the silver ball right now. As Mike and Mike will break things down for you guys. Again, congratulations to Stratford. And so we'll take a look at some of the numbers quick. I'll give you guys our scoring summary first. It started in quarter number 2, 5 seconds in. Tubbs with an 8-yard touchdown run made it 7-0. At 7:04, Trevor Vandehei answered with a 61-yard touchdown run. The extra point, though, was blocked, and it was 7-6. And then at 2:14 on 4th down and goal, Bright with a 4-yard catch, 14-6 going into the half. And then at 7:12 in quarter number 3, Vanderhoof from a yard out gives us our final score of 21-6. Mason Miller went 3 of 3 on extra points. Stats-wise for Wrightstown, I'll get Wrightstown, then I'll let you take over the Stratford stats in just a moment. Vandehei, 5 of 11, 80 yards to a couple of interceptions. Leading receiver was Colwell, 1 catch for 36 yards. Vandehei, 15 carries for 83 yards, 10 for 43 for Humphreys. The leading stats for Wrightstown. Total yards, 286 to 206 for Stratford. And the Tigers stats for the champs, how did they do?
Let's see. For the Stratford Tigers, who wins their 3rd consecutive state championship, actually the first one in Division 5. No, it's actually their second, because you go back to when they had the 6-game winning streak, or 6 years winning streak, and they were a Division 5.
And give us 1 second, because we're gonna announce here is they're about to get the gold ball. They're gonna get number 10, and the captains out there. I see Shaner and Tubbs and Gage, as they've got it, and the trophy is coming home to Stratford again. And now, back to the numbers.
You know, if you look at their trophy case, if you ever get a chance when you're over at Stratford, they've got to start building on a bigger trophy case, because it's unbelievable. Just unbelievable. The stats for the Stratford Tigers, as Jason Tubbs was 5 for 5, passing for 31 yards, 1 touchdown, and a quarterback rating of 218.1. Rushing-wise, Brooks Vanderhoff led the way with 24 carries for 137 yards and a touchdown. His longest carry was 36 yards. Jack Tubbs had 15 carries for 94 yards and 1 touchdown, and his longest run was 28 yards. Caleb Wrench was 5 carries for 10 yards. The lineman, Mr. Luke, got into the stats here, folks, with 1 carry for 7 yards, and he has the great honor and distinction of the last ball carrier for the Stratford Tigers for the 2024 season, and he gets 7 yards out of it. Jet Shaner had 3 carries for 5 yards. Miller, 1 carry for 3 yards. They carried the ball 50 times. They ran 55 plays. Rushing-wise, as I said, 50 carries for 255 yards and 2 touchdowns. Receiving-wise, Bright had 2 catches for 13 and a touchdown. Jet Shaner, 2 catches for 10 yards. And Caleb Wrench, 1 catch for 8 yards for a total of 5 catches for 31 yards. The Tigers dominated this contest time-wise. They definitely were. Wrightstown was definitely outplayed. They very, very controlled defense. That you take that the total yardage. Actually, it was a little close, 286 to 208. But if you take that 61-yard touchdown run away, it comes out to 248 to 138. So it was a great, great defensive job by the Stratford Tigers.
Absolutely. So that being said, we're going to say so long from Camp Randall Stadium and Barry Alvarez Field. Again, thank you for what has been an awesome fall season. Football, volleyball, soccer, Dan now doing cross-country stuff as well, and swimming. We thank you all for hundreds of games that we did this year from all 3 sports. I was down to state volleyball a couple weeks ago, state football here. It has been fun.
And this is my first year, and Mike, I've enjoyed it. I mean, it's a blast. I've been, affiliated with sports for a long, long time. A public address announcer at UW Stevens Point and also at Marshfield. But this beats the cake. I mean, this is
fun.
It's fun. It's fun. And as Jason always says, you get paid for having fun and watching a ball game.
Exactly. We get the chance to come here for a job, and this has been a blast. And we thank you all, but we're not done. We have basketball coming up, hockey coming up, a little bit of wrestling coming up.
You're
swimming.
Busy next week.
Yep.
I open up with the Stratford girls next week at Marathon. So
a lot coming up. On Zaleski Sports. Thousands of games over the course of a school year here on Zaleski Sports. But for this being said, this will wrap us up from Camp Randall Stadium. For Mike Steinwegner, Dan Lau down on the field, this is Mike Wendland saying so long. One more time, congratulations to the Stratford Tigers, the Division 5 state champions and the first team to win 10 WIAA state championships. From all of us here at Zaleski Sports, stay warm, stay safe, and we'll talk to you next time. And have a great night, everybody.